Let's see here. I gotta open up this. Okay.
No. One of each one, in the back.
Sure. It's open. All right, so for those of you who haven't done this before, which I feel like everybody's been a part of this, but just to recap the rules. Well, you haven't done it. Okay, so to recap the rules, each person will have 2.5 minutes to give their best answer. Topics will be chosen at random by the spinning wheel, which is the best part of this whole thing. Rock, paper, scissors, winner chooses the order if they want to go first or second. Team member going first will have 1 minute beforehand to prepare. Like once you get the topic, you have 1 minute to kind of just like think about it. Okay. Team member going second needs to wait in the lobby or the office back there with some fun song on so they can't hear what's being said. Team members not in that round will sit and observe, but only judges can vote. Judges will send text to Tyler to cast vote. So who's not in it? Are you not in it?
I did Jaden and Jordan and you as judges.
Okay. Wait.
Jaden, Jordan.
Okay, I said you two. I'm like, well, that won't work. We need odd numbers. Well, we could do Kayla and then Tony, so we can have 5. We'll just keep it to 3. Tony can just chill.
You can give input. You do that.
Yeah, he's always judging.
Extra judging.
So the most important part, winner receives potentially $500,000 in the form of a $20 scratch off. But it does say went up to 500,000. Okay, Nate, change your life.
I'm ready to retire. It's like.
I pulled a hundo and I won a hundo. That's why I keep getting them because they're not bad.
You just gotta buy a bunch of them at once, so there's like hopefully one with.
I know. Well, I bought 3 at the Kentucky Derby and then we got $25, I think was the winner.
All it takes is one scratch.
And then lastly, everyone learns and gets great answers to apply to their business. Aw, it's always just this heartfelt moment. But if the losers are fired, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's look at.
They got a real Hunger Games. Real fast.
Am I sharing my screen or am I being an idiot right now? But anyway, so we got Nate Dogg versus Max, Kayla versus Brady, Corey versus Nathan, and Lauren versus Anessa. And keep in mind, everybody, this is being recorded, so I need everybody to just kind of like let everybody talk. So anybody that's tuning in via Zoom or that's watching back the recording can actually like hear what's being said. So talk loud when you're up front. Brady tends to talk very soft, which is part of his magic. But with the beard now, you're gonna have to get loud, son. So let's get her going with a little Nate versus Max action. Any wheel. All right, here you go, Maximus. Ready?
Yep.
Is there a full name Maximus?
No.
Yeah.
Maximus.
It's actually Maxine.
Maxine, yeah. I just go by Max. It's a lot cooler.
All right.
It's gotta be Max.
You and a buyer are talking about their search and they tell you there's just nothing in my price range right now. So again, you're a buyer, you're talking to me, or no, sorry, I'm a buyer, you're talking to me.
Yep. All right.
And then you just say, what do you want to go look at? And I'm like, God, there's just nothing in my price range right
Yeah.
now.
So Kylie, so there's nothing in your price range. What's your price? What do you think is your price for you start?
Well, I'm looking at houses that are under 200 because I just know that that's all I can afford. And there's just been nothing for like a couple of years. So I just feel like I'm just going to rent with a few buddies.
Absolutely. So you want to rent with a few buddies or buy and have your mortgage paid by a few buddies or whatnot. Have you reached out to a lender and had, filled out an application to see what you can actually afford and
No,
where you think
because
your monthly payments would be?
no, my credit is like right on the line and I just don't really want it to get dinged, so I figured I'd find the right house. And then when I find it, I'll just talk to a lender and get approved.
Gotcha. So when you say your credit's on the line, where's your credit at?
I think it's like 680, 700.
680, 700 for sure. Well, there's plenty of lenders that have no problem working with a 680, 700 lender or credit score. And with that credit score, you can get approved for a lot more than 200,000 most of the time. Is this going to be your first home?
Yeah.
For sure. So there's a bunch of first time home buyer down payment programs or whatnot that you can apply for and they help you with your down payment, that you don't have to put as much down, or they'll assist you with that.
Well, I got the cash. I'm not worried about that. There's just nothing in my price range. And I also don't want my credit to like go below. And if I get pre-approved,
Yeah.
the pre-approval is only good for like 6 months. So what's the point?
Yeah, so pre-approvals don't actually hurt your credit as much as people say they do.
Oh.
It's nearly 2 to 3 points, if that.
Hmm.
So it's not as bad as most people think, and you can get pre-approved, you know, if something changes and your credit goes up, you can get pre-approved or re-pre-approved and, you know, help your case in
Okay.
that sense. Yeah, and like I was saying, with your credit score and having enough cash for a good down payment, you could afford a good monthly payment and whatnot, and not have to worry about overpaying or saying that you can't afford something just because.
Well, and all that is great. But again, I've been watching the market for 2+ years now, and there's just nothing at 200,000 or below.
For sure, so it's 200,000 like the set price you're at, like there's nothing you wanna look for.
I mean,
above or under?
I assume that that's what I can qualify for. I mean, $200,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money, but when it comes down to it, it's, you're mostly paying the monthly pay. So that 200,000 is gonna be reduced to, you know, 1,500 or 2,000 a month, depending on what sales price of the home you have.
Mm.
Figuring out what you wanna pay monthly, as far as like paying 1,500 for rent or paying
Mhm.
1,500 for a mortgage. Having that mortgage, you're getting equity out of.
Well, I can afford a lot more than 1,500.
You can afford a lot more than 1,500?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then you should have no problem finding, you know, a home for $400,000. It's.
But isn't that like 6,000 a month?
No way. It's a 30-year.
We're at time too.
We were getting there, buddy.
I was
We
trying
were
so
getting
hard.
there. You would have figured it out.
I don't know.
Oh. All right, Nate, you can stand up in front of us. I am the buyer. So if you look behind you, the objection you're gonna face is you and me are talking about their search. And they tell you, or I tell you, there's just nothing in my price range right now. So take a minute, think about where you want to go with this, and then let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so anyways, yeah, I've been checking out the search for the last couple of years, and there's just really nothing in my price range.
What's kind of your price range right now?
Like 200,000
Okay.
is, you know, what I think I can afford, and yeah, there's just been nothing.
Okay, what are you kind of looking for in that home?
You know, I obviously want like a single family. I need some land, some acreage. I'm looking out in Rogers area. I feel like there's a ton of awesome people I know from Rogers, so and some degenerates, but you know, they're my kind of people. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about your wants and needs. Okay,
Okay.
so I know that you mentioned that you want acreage.
Mhm.
Now, is that a must?
I need some privacy.
Okay.
Yeah, I need
So
some
what
privacy.
do you mean by privacy?
I'd love to have no one behind me.
Okay, so what if we found like a townhome that backs up to a pond?
I really want a single family. I just don't want to be attached to somebody else. So that's kind of that's a need for me.
What, have you ever heard of like a lease to buy program?
No, but
Rent to
well,
own?
yes, but I figured it's not really for me. I kind of just want to own. I want to buy
Right.
something. I just have a bunch of cash saved up and ready to go, you know.
Okay. Well, what if we let you rent for a year? And then you have the option after that year to own? Would you be open to?
I'm
that?
open
Let's
to it, I
say
guess.
More money, so now you're not approved for are you approved for 200?
I haven't talked to a loan officer yet.
Okay, well, maybe first step is to go get approved to see if you actually are, or is 200 your max that you only want to spend?
Well, 200 is what I feel like I can probably afford, and I don't want to talk to a lender yet because I can only get approved for 6 months. I'm not sure when I'm gonna move, and I also don't want my credit to go down.
Well, your credit won't go down when you talk to.
Well, I was told it would go down quite a bit.
Well, everybody tells you that. It won't.
Does it go down at all?
No.
Okay,
So that won't affect you. And you might get approved for 300,000, and now we have a lot more wiggle room, and we can get you maybe some land. So you're secluded from other people.
okay.
Would you be interested in that?
I mean, I'd be happy to talk to a loan officer if you don't think my credit will go down. But again, I'm not sure when I'm gonna move, so I don't know if it's too
That's
early.
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
You'll be okay.
Will you hold me?
Hold your hand.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'll talk to a lender, sure.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay. All right, give a round of applause. All right, so judges,
Five of us agree.
no, just me, Jaden and Jordan. I'll start the text with you guys, hold on a second. Oh, that's not the right Jordan.
Be another first round exit again.
I don't know, man. That's more for today.
Brady, I don't know.
The second one once, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
moving on to the second round. Drum roll. Maxine. All right, let's get some feedback from the judges really quick, and then we'll go around the room, see if anybody else. Oh, my washer's done.
That was like the same time.
Hey, that wife, she's regimented, baby. Let's go. Yeah, let's get some feedback from Jaden and Jordan.
Getting to the monthly payment, just what he thought his monthly payment was gonna be, I think was the biggest thing. Or the biggest question he was looking for.
That's what I was trying to get.
Just, then, I mean, right off the bat, I thought you were gonna do it max.
Yeah.
Cause you asked, okay, what's your, or how much do you think you can afford up to 200,000? I thought you were gonna go right into the monthly payment.
Did I bring up monthly payment?
Towards the end.
At the very end.
He was getting you there
Yeah.
towards the end, yeah, but I think that's kind of the biggest thing where you could take control of that conversation, for sure.
Jaden, I'm saving. I'm just waiting.
For Nate, I guess like, I think that your credit score might go down a few points, so
It
I would.
Does, not a
I honestly
ton.
didn't know.
No, I know, but so,
Your
hold
answer,
on,
though.
time out, though. Time out. If you don't know the answer, say, I don't know for sure, let me check on that. Do not say it won't, because I'm telling you, if it goes down,
They won't work with you at all.
They-
It would be like a mute and ask like Jordan.
no, I know, well, this is role playing, so,
Oh, I could have done that.
I mean, you could just say, I mean, say whatever you want.
Jordan.
I mean, if you're having a face-to-face conversation with somebody, you're not gonna be able to mute
Yeah,
them.
obviously I wouldn't say that.
So just in this industry, please just don't say things unless you know for sure. And it's okay to be like, you know what, I'm not positive of that. I've heard both. Let me check on that for you. Because that was literally something I threw at you. It wasn't really even part of it.
Mhm.
You know, it's just a thing people say, right? It's whatever. My credit score, Max asked me my credit score, which is kind of bold, but that's fine. And it wasn't that bad where if it would have went down a little bit, I still would have qualified anyways.
Mhm.
So, but just, yeah, don't misspeak. Because what are the three things that people need in order to work with you? They have to know you, like you, and trust you. If you break that trust, it's game over. You know what I mean?
Trust is
So,
probably the biggest. I would believe.
but yeah, anyways, continue.
No, I just wanted to touch on that. Otherwise, I think you guys did great working towards getting to the information that you needed to, and I think given more time, they both would have gotten to all the information they needed. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and I my feedback is, Max, I think you were a little bit more personable. Nate, you were a little bit more like aggressive, which is fine, but, and it just, this is all just like, we're in a vacuum, right? Like, we don't know what the relationship is between us. I could have been your buddy for 10 years and then it's fine to be aggressive, right? So, but Max, you were maybe just a little bit more, your curiosity drew me in, I think. But
Would you say that'd be good or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you were taking, he was taking direction, which is good.
Yep.
You were trying to gather more information,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
Where you guys both missed the boat is whenever somebody says a number to you. What was that?
I took a video of that.
Okay.
and I was, like, trying to see what this-
Whenever somebody says a sale price to you, like, we do not speak in terms of sale price, guys.
Got it.
That's what the consumers do. That's what everybody else does. Realtors need to figure out, do they actually care about the sale price, or are they like 99% of the population and care about their monthly payment?
Yep.
And both of you guys did not ask that. That should have been the first question out of your mouth. Because if I say, well, I can only qualify for 200. And then maybe you ask, hey, well, have you been pre-approved yet? No. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I'm just talking on my ass at that point.
Yeah.
So if you guys would have asked me, well, like, where do you want to stay at with your monthly payments? I was gonna say something like $5,000 a month.
Mhm.
And then it's like, oh, well, you've been misinformed on what you guys can qualify for, and now you have a $500,000 buyer instead of a guy who's not gonna buy for 2 years. Right? Like, that's the difference between someone that cashes checks and that gets out of this industry. You have to ask the right questions. So whenever somebody talks to you about budget, please God, always go to monthly payment. And I know I told you, I don't know if we ever got to it, but I said I had a bunch of cash laying around too,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that should have been maybe a little indicator of like, okay, maybe this guy's doing fairly well. Why does he want to spend 200,000? And like, you were throwing out numbers, you said like 15, didn't he say 1,500, or was that you?
I think I said 15.
Maybe you did.
2,000 a month or something like that.
And I was gonna give it to you at that point, like, oh, I can qualify for way more, but I wanted you to ask me the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just remember, guys, don't talk about sale price. Like, sale price is irrelevant. We don't care. We don't want them to think we care about what they're gonna purchase. You know, that's commission breath all over it, is sale price stuff. Just talk about monthly payment, set up the search based on monthly payment. And plus with their down payment, you know, and you'll be good. But I mean, you both would have eventually got it, I think.
Yeah, it was just a little bit longer.
But yeah, just anytime that somebody doesn't know their price range, you're like, yeah, I'm not finding anything I like. You gotta talk about monthly payment, and then you gotta talk about their needs and wants, which I think you did really, really well. But none of that matters unless you know if they can afford a house. Because if I truly would have said, well, I can go like $1,000 a month.
Mhm.
Then go into the rent to own stuff, then go, because like, I want to buy. Don't tell me that I'm gonna rent. Right? You don't even know what I can qualify for yet. So I feel like that was jumping the gun. You need to try to meet what they want first, and then if there's no options, go to the other rescue plans. Like, hey, all right, well, maybe we can do a rent to own because your budget's a little low. Who else has anything they want to add?
I just wanted to add, you can jump to needs and wants too. You can ask them if they are renting and how much they pay for rent. And then ask them how much more would they be willing to pay to own a house a month.
Gotcha.
And then you can go into wants and needs and then build more rapport, but.
It's literally like the first question out of my mouth every time I talk to somebody.
Their monthly payment.
Yeah, because I just gotta know how much time I'm gonna spend with these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my sister, but the other day she's like, I can afford $1,200 a month rent, and I'm like, because I was gonna maybe buy a rental for her. I'm like, well, yeah, there's no houses that exist for that. So I was just straight up with her. I'm like, yeah, you need like 3 other people to live with you, or 2 other people to live with you. So you just gotta ask that. Otherwise, you're gonna waste a ton of time and energy on people that may just not be able to buy, which is okay. Still treat them nice, but you just can't help them.
When you can get them, and just, I thought you did a really good job doing the wants and needs right away.
Yeah.
And then you kind of lost it when you were like, you try to make solutions before you even knew what.
Yeah.
But it was good. I wants and needs were number one. For you, I just wouldn't go into, they said, don't go into price. Don't try to just assume that they got a 680 credit score, they can afford something, because somebody can make $40,000 a year.
Yeah, that's true.
$50,000 with debt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there was some assumptions on both of them. And the monthly payment isn't gonna waste your time. And then setting an appointment with the lender. Have knowledge of the mortgage industry so you can give very broad answers to them. Use that time to set a meeting with them. A lot of times what I've done in the past, I'll take that time. I'll send it and say, what's going to be, all right, well, would you be interested in meeting with the lender? You know what, either use it to send a meeting with my lender or another lender or with myself as well. So that's the only things I would say. I mean, I think they both had like incredibly strong stuff where I was like, oh, okay, like definitely you started so strong. Yeah, it was. I need my other.
That's the problem.
Wants and needs to monthly payment, you're just like endeared yourself to them and you're giving them a whole knowledge base and they're opening it up. Doing all that.
And in the real world, I'm sure you would have afforded them a little bit more, family, occupation, recreation dreams, like ease into that conversation. I understand when we only have 2 minutes, like just gotta go. But don't think that you need to attack in these types of situations. Like just listen to them and just ask questions, acknowledge what they're saying, earn their trust if you don't know them very well. Like if you're calling a pond lead and they're just like, yeah, I can only afford 200,000. Be like, oh yeah, tell me more about that. And they'll probably talk a little bit and be like, you know, maybe you deviate for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, they open you up to something where you can start talking about the weekend or whatever, and just like get them comfortable with you, and then go back to, well, you mentioned 200,000. Like, have you talked to a loan officer? Do you know how much you can actually afford per month? You know, and I honestly, there's times where I've had to like sit down and like run a budget with these people.
Really?
Because they'll be like, well, no, you know, I can only afford whatever. And I'm like, well, is there anything in your life that you can like pay off? Because maybe they'll say they have 30,000 to put down. And I'm like, do you have something that's like $10,000 that you could just like pay off that's really high monthly payments? And they're like, well, my car payment's like $800 a month. I'm like, how much you have on that? They're like 6,000. I'm like, oh, pay that off. Because if you put 6,000 towards a house, you're gonna save $30 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
You could save 800 if you just pay it off. So like sometimes you got to problem solve
Gotcha.
to get people to be like, oh shit, I can afford now another 700 per month on my mortgage.
It
So
increases their debt to income.
yeah,
Debt to income is far more important than anything else.
Yep. Yep. So
Can,
yeah,
can we, since we have, you know, Big Doug's, since we talked about the credit thing, what would your guys's answer be to that credit?
if someone asks me if the
Well,
credit goes
like-
down,
Like, I don't wanna take a credit hit, like, what would be
Yeah.
your objection? to that?
I always just tell them that you know, your credit, yes, your credit does go down slightly, but it's minimal. It doesn't really change much. And it's a necessary step where I can tell you all that I can right now, but I'm just guessing. You need to actually get pre-approved from somebody that can look at your debt to income and your job history. Because and I always tell them, like, there may be something within your pre-approval where they're like, hey, if you change this, we can actually get you a better rate, or we can help you with something else, right? And so I always tell them it's a never too early to get pre-approved. You just don't want to get pre-approved and then go also buy a car on a loan, and then open up a credit card and buy furniture all at the same time. Because yeah, you're gonna get dinged. But if you just do one credit pull for a house, the Federal Credit Bureau actually gives you, I think it's like 60 days to shop around.
You do 2 to 3 polls.
Yeah.
Usually.
If
Within
some-
60 days?
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
thought
rule
it
of
was-
thumb is like, if they're doing more than like 3, that's like probably excessive in my experience. I don't know the actual rule, but I've seen if somebody, you know, I've had people in the past, they do like 5. And they're like, my credit went down like 30 points. And I'm like, well, you fucking did 5. You know what I mean?
Well, and then they, a lot of times they don't tell you that they're pulling it for other reasons too.
Right, yeah.
The other thing is a lot of lenders, a lot of lenders have that rapid restore.
Yep.
Or pieces, or once they get you through the pre-approval process, they do take a view at your debt to income. They say, hey, you need to pay off this at a percentage, this and a percentage. And once they do that rapid restore, your credit actually improves. Not all the time, more times than not. So just knowing your lender is a big one too.
Yep.
So once you get comfortable with the lender and you're comfortable with them, you know their product, know how they do anything, so you can get them set up for the lender. So when they go to the lender, it's a 24-hour. Not even. They're pre-approved, and then you're moving in to have that, giving them a little bit more of that knowledge base.
All right, anything else on this one? Okay, moving on to the next round.
So, yeah.
All right, so next we have Kayla and Brady, the reptile realtor. Here, get on camera so I don't have to change the camera. Look how nervous he is, Kayla. He's so nervous. Did you do on 3? You want to go first or second?
Oh, the second, I'm gonna listen to a song.
Okay,
Where are you going?
are you ready?
Go Brady.
Spinny wheel.
You're up against the wall.
Oh, you get to call me, baby.
I'm excited.
You call the listing agent to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted, and the buyer has a home to sell first. All All right, so what should we say? Should it be, is it early on in the listing or is it later in the listing?
I don't know.
What do you guys want to hear?
You gonna.
Day three.
You can write it fast.
It's a Saturday,
It's
so
like-
it's listed Thursday.
Sunday,
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday or Monday.
It's so loud.
Sunday, Monday,
Sunday.
Tuesday.
She's gonna turn this shit back up.
Sunday morning.
So it got listed Thursday, it's Sunday morning.
Sunday, like 10 a.m., 9 a.m. would be
Are we
good.
assuming there's no deadline or are we assuming there's a deadline?
Is there a high
So it doesn't say-
No,
it doesn't say
no,
high
just-
school.
It's Sunday, 10 a.m. We show it highest and best at 5 p.m.
No, we already have high no bets in here.
Yeah, there's already
So
one
just
that.
leave it
So
at
no
that.
highest and best, it's just Sunday.
It's just Sunday.
Okay, that's all you know, it's Sunday, baby.
It's Sunday. I'm the Vikings.
You
fan.
showed
I'm
it,
at church.
hey, you showed it this morning.
Okay.
Okay, it got listed Thursday, you showed it this morning, and you're giving me a little jingle,
Bring.
ELO.
Hey, is this Tyler?
Yeah, this is,
Hey, Tyler, this is Brady Hall, Tyler Miller, Realty.
what's up, dude?
Hey, I just showed your house on 123 Main Street over in Blaine.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it.
Mhm.
Yeah. My
That's a great house.
My buyers walked through it, fell in love with it. You know, they saw that you guys had some dogs and they really liked that because they have some dogs. They saw that the built-in kennels in the garage as well
Mhm.
that they love. Have your sellers always had dogs or kind of how has that been?
Yeah, I think that they love their dogs.
Yeah, what kind of dogs do they have, you know?
2 boxers.
Boxers, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. My clients have 2 golden retrievers, so Lilo and Stitch actually. So they're
Oh,
pretty
nice.
cool.
I hate that movie.
But yeah, no, I was giving you a call to kind of see how the listing's been. Have you guys had a lot of activity on the phone?
Yeah, having a lot of showings. Yeah, it's been pretty busy since we listed on Thursday.
Yeah. Have you guys had any offers coming yet or?
No offers in hand yet. I've been told by a handful of people that they're very interested and that they're considering writing an offer.
Yeah, I feel like that's always the case.
Right, yeah,
Everybody
that time of the
does it,
year.
but Then no one writes an offer. It's just no fun.
I mean, I usually get people to write offers. but-
Yeah, well, I got a good situation for you. 'cause
Okay.
My buyer's looking to write an offer.
Awesome,
the
dude,
next-
yeah.
next few
I've heard
months.
great things about you and your beard. I wanted to do a deal with you. so
It's red.
I didn't. I gotta see it.
I don't know why, still trying to figure that out, but that's beside the point, it's not about my buyer and their offer. So you guys are listed at, what was it, 400, right?
Yeah, 400.
400, yeah, you guys haven't had any offers. My buyers, kind of are just getting in the process, we're getting our house listed next week, next Thursday, actually.
Mm.
It's a beautiful little, split level in Ramsey, 3 beds, 2 baths. Have all the photos done, it's coming soon right now, so you can go check it out on MLS, I'll send you the link. But for my buyers to qualify for this house, we will need to sell their house.
Mm. Okay,
So we're kind of thinking of like a 2-month closing 2 months from now.
Okay.
How would your sellers feel about that?
2 months isn't a problem. I mean, I'm a little surprised that there is a contingency just in this market, you know, like there's lots of multiple offer situations. So I know I talked about this with my clients that
Yeah.
there could be a contingency, but it obviously has to come with the right type of offer,
Yeah,
you know, so what other terms are you thinking?
yeah, we're thinking we're gonna waive the inspection.
Okay.
Obviously, the house is in great shape. Your sellers have, treated it very well. We're thinking, like I said, waive the inspection. We're thinking about going actually 10,000 over.
Okay.
Offering at 410, no seller pays, low appraisal gap. Yeah.
How big is the appraisal gap?
5,000. Even
Okay.
looking at comps, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. 400 in Blaine, with how nice the 2-story house is in the lakes, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But we just want to reassure your buyer, your sellers that this is gonna be a done deal.
What about the sale of buyer's property addendum? What are you thinking on, in that blank for contingency period?
Yeah, we're thinking, like 5 days. Is that the blank you're asking about?
That's the blank I'm asking
Yeah,
about,
we're
yeah.
thinking 5 days, which is a little, people like to go a little higher than that, so we're thinking shortening that for you guys to really show you guys that we're interested in this house and we want. it.
Anything else?
We are putting a deadline on it. It does expire at 11:59 tonight.
Okay.
Just because we want to get this done, so we know that we can get their house on the market and they have a place to be.
Yeah, no, makes sense, jackass. Okay, I think that's good, yeah. All right, Kayla, here is your objection. You call the listing agent, which is me, to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted, and the buyer has a home to sell first.
Okay.
You let me know when you're ready. Oh, you're ready.
Wait.
Yeah, take a minute. Think about what you want to talk about.
Do I know that this?
It's your buyer.
Oh, okay.
I'm the listing agent. It's your buyer. You guys just, so here's a scenario. The house got listed Thursday. It's Sunday. You just showed it. Buyer loves it, wants to write an offer. But your buyer has to sell their home first, so it has to be contingent
Okay.
on the sale of their home.
Mhm.
That's all you know.
Okay. All right. It's a lot different. It is versus Zoom. All right. Okay.
Yellow.
Hi, I got Jake and Jill here, looking at your home. We're trying to write an offer, but I thought
You
I'd
can put
come
the
to
phone
you
down.
first. Okay. Well, it helps.
Okay, you don't have it up.
I thought I'd come to you first, see if there's any way you can talk to your seller and let me know if there's anything special we can add to our offer.
What house are you talking about? I got multiple listings, Kayla, so you gotta be more specific.
I think it's 123 Main Street. Yes, on the house on 123 Main Street.
Yeah, there you go.
And how to get our buyers offer accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they liked it.
Yes.
It's
definitely,
awesome. Yeah, you know, there's, I put a lot of things, yeah, I put my phone on speaker. It's right over here.
Me too.
There's a lot that the sellers are looking for. I mean, they hopefully would like a quicker closing. They're moving out of state and just want to get with their family in North Dakota. So we really want a solid buyer, something that, you know, obviously like as few contingencies as possible would be great.
Okay.
And but yeah, what are you guys thinking?
I think our only main contingency at the moment is they are waiting to sell their home. So that would
Okay.
be the only contingency we're working on. I understand that you're looking to sell it quickly. Is there anything we can kind of negotiate around those terms?
Well, what are you
or-
thinking for the timing on the house
I'd say probably a month or so.
before it's on the market or before?
Well, it's on the market currently.
Oh, it is on the market.
They're just waiting to sell their home. It could be anywhere from a month, especially given this market.
Sure.
currently we're in.
So it's on the market. Have you had a lot of activity?
Oh, yeah, I actually had quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a few showings. We're doing some open houses this weekend, so
Okay.
it's looking good. So I'm definitely, I have some definite buyers that are.
Well, we're not opposed to a contingency on the sale of a home, but like what is your offer? Like, what else are you guys
We
thinking?
can possibly do. what-
So it's listed at 400.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We can probably do an escalation clause in there, go up to about 430. Does
Okay,
that sound good to you? Maybe?
I mean, we love money.
Yeah, definitely.
the
We
higher
can
the
get that
better.
appraisal gap in there.
How big an appraisal gap are you thinking?
But we want to definitely work that out. I can definitely go back to my buyers and work out a good number. If
Yeah.
that seems fair.
Because over the asking price by 30,000 is great, but
Yeah.
we need to make sure we have some sort of security in there if it were to appraise low. What other terms are you thinking?
Well, I mean, my buyers are definitely workable with other contingencies. We can definitely waive our inspection. if
Okay.
That works. I know that's definitely a hot button right there that we can work towards as well.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else?
If you can come back to me and maybe I can call you back later and talk to your buyers. see if
Yeah,
there's
sure. I'll go
anything
talk to the
else.
clients and I'll let you know what they're kind of thinking.
Gotcha.
All right, thanks. All right, judges.
Yeah.
Well, let's move and grab that speakerphone. Got the flu, probably, the dog flu that's going around. And then whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa.
You can, come on in here if you want.
Where?
Welcome.
Right here.
I'm gonna call that the appraisal gap.
We can make room for them. There's a room on the couch.
Yeah, yeah.
This is really good.
Okay, okay. All right, winner of this round. Brady.
Fifth time's the charm.
Is this your first time advancing out of the first round? Holy shit. About time. All right, let's get some feedback from the old judges. Jordan?
One thing I was gonna say is try to, like Brady, yours is really good overall, but try to get to, or use, like the stats, how fast we sell the homes, how you're pricing it, just to encourage the listing agent that, hey, we're gonna get this thing sold quick, we're not gonna, we don't, obviously don't want it listed for a month. So I would throw things like that out there. Jaden?
No, that's kind of what I was thinking too, just sell the listing that you're gonna be selling, we priced it really fair or aggressive, however you feel, and let them know based on the sold comparables in the area. You could even maybe offer up those comparables if you want, if you make a deal, I can certainly show you how I'm pricing it. Really, like, my strategy is always just to build the connection like we're a team. So like, we're working together to get this done, and anything you need to help, I'm all for it. And yeah. Also the appraisal gap too, just always, especially with the seller, be prepared for that. And, maybe more than 5K is good, because the analysis of the property, how much money they're making. So I would try to at least get them up to 10K or full, talk them into full, and let them know the risks and the rewards of it.
And I didn't mind 5K knowing there's no other offers yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that you need to work on is gather information right away, right? Because he asked me, hey, what's the situation? Any offers yet? And I said, none in hand yet. And so that'd be good information for you to know. So maybe you don't have to go 30,000 over. You could, because, but you did the escalation, so that would have protected your clients a little bit, but a lot of savvy listing agents will just counter you at 430 and you know what I mean? So gather information, build rapport, and while you're gathering information, you can like build that rapport, you know what I mean? So I think that was the one feedback for sure with you is like, don't just jump on the phone and start negotiating, and I know we're in a controlled environment and it's a little bit different, but just figure out what's going on. And then I like that you asked what my clients were looking for. I don't know if you necessarily did. Which
He just threw out the terms.
which, hey,
Just
you,
fine.
whatever, you would have probably done that. And the one thing I think Brady did really good, because we know that a home to sell contingency is not great, especially at 400,000, right? Like we're competing against everyone else that doesn't have a house probably. So what he did, I think really good is at the very end, he's like, and we are going to throw a deadline on the offer of tonight. This is the best that we can do. We want to make sure that we put our best foot forward, but we don't want to wait forever. We have other houses we got to go see. Like, you want to cause some urgency on my side, to make me just get off my boat, go do my job, and get to the offer accepted for you guys.
One thing you might have covered when I was in bathroom, but you were talking about their house and sell, and that it would take like 2 weeks to a month to sell it. But I think you were talking about, were you talking about closing it or talking about like actually selling?
Closing it, like the whole process.
Okay, yes, so just make sure you clarify that, like
Yeah.
selling it and closing it are two different things.
That's,
Yeah.
I was gonna add, just understand the listing agent's they're gonna want that sold like
Immediately.
immediately,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Well,
And train confidence in that, and then
Yeah,
obviously
that's what I said too.
just understanding that.
yeah.
and how that changes if there was other offers on the table is that 5-day contingency needs to go to like 1 or 2 or whatever, like it needs to be minimal. The appraisal gap's gonna have to be much more than 5,000. And
Feel like non-refundable earnest.
you could work in non-refundable earnest money, but I still don't mind the deadline, like. Even if the listing agent comes back and says there's highest and best by whatever, like. You can still put a deadline on it. You might lose, but like they have to present offers. They can't just hold the offer and not present it. So. You can put some pressure on them, but in this market, you kind of want to play nice with them as much as you can. But don't let them just like take you for everything you got and then leverage that into a better offer, so. But yeah, in this situation, if there's no offers yet and it's Sunday, I mean, you don't have to go crazy. You probably don't have to do a 430. You know what I mean? You could test the waters a little bit.
Did she know this other?
Yeah, I told her.
Okay.
But I mean, I think you handled it really, really well. I think you would have been in contention. And I think if we had more time, Kayla would have eventually got the information she needed and
Mhm.
made it happen, but
Oh, yeah.
just like spend a little more time warming them up,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
got it.
Talk about
Li-
Leland's tips.
yeah, listing agents are very vain and they like themselves a lot, so
Okay.
just.
Especially when you call them Tyler.
Yeah.
Miller, Buttermilk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, boy, your face is really beautiful. and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It'll
Hey, you need
like
some, do you need some White Claw or? I'll swing by, we can do this in person. Which is like another thing, by the way, like people used to present offers in person.
Hmm.
Just so you're aware, like at the house with the sellers and their agent right there.
Just did that yesterday.
Like
Nice.
you could request to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you. Most people will be like, wait, what? But just know, like, if you really wanted to make a difference and stand out, like, be like, hey, can I meet with you and the sellers and let's just do this. Like my clients want this house. I'll bring you a case of White Claw. Like, let's just sit down. I have some clients that would probably go for it if I asked them. Most would be like, that's weird, but I guarantee you there'd be some be like, sure, bring them over. Screw it. So I don't know. I mean, just know like there's no rules
Yeah.
like with how to negotiate. You can do it, whatever you need to do to win. So
Mhm.
pull out all the stops. But anyways, congrats to you for moving on. You're that much closer to potentially $500,000. And Kayla, I think you did a great job as well. Just need a little more time.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on. Nathan's going first, okay. All right, let me share the old screen. Boom.
Oh, wow. it's rough.
All right, Nathan, which one you hoping for?
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter, you just get all of them. You are hosting an open house. This is the last minute one I had her add. You're hosting an open house and someone walks in. Oh man, I can't wait to fucking play this out. So good.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Nathan.
Hey, Nathan. Nice to meet you. I'm Tyler.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Let's come up here so.
Bubble.
Really going after me. Okay. Hey, well, can I just get you signed real quick, just for seller's security, you know, open house, it's we don't think anything's gonna happen, but just in case someone wants to have something, you know,
Sure.
just want names down.
Yeah, absolutely. Writing fake email. Okay.
All right, so tell me what brings you in today, looking at open houses?
Yeah,
and,
just really like this area. Haven't really seen much on the market. We've been waiting for something and this one really caught our attention.
Yeah, it's a great area. I mean, not too much comes on the market. As you know, there's not a whole lot of houses to begin with, so, and this is a very desirable area. I mean, are you kind of looking for this, the same bedrooms, bathrooms, or, I mean, does this check off all the boxes?
Yeah, I mean, it checks off most of the boxes. You know, we're not quite sure exactly what we want yet, but I know we really like this area. The house is beautiful online, so we just really want to check it out.
Okay, and then would you be selling a house to get into this, or?
Yeah, I have a house I have to sell.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then where is that at? You know, I don't want to price too much, but just if you're looking at houses, you want to have your house ready to sell because there's gonna be contingencies, and that's a whole thing I can get
Yeah.
into if you're not familiar with that, but.
We're
It can-
pretty, we live pretty clean, so I mean, it could be on the market soon.
Okay, like paint, maybe carpet, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, that's where you want to be at.
Yeah.
Okay, and then where do you live, kind of near here, or,
Yeah, just live a couple blocks away or the next neighborhood over.
okay, so like is a motivation to move like upsize?
Yeah.
or-
Need a
Okay,
bigger house.
yeah, I'm gonna stay in the same school district. Cool.
Yep, love the school district.
Yeah, we'll take a look around,
Okay.
and if this isn't the house for you, I actually know a couple in the neighborhood that are pretty similar, we can go take a look at after this.
Oh, okay, you guys have some like off market stuff?
Yeah, one off market and one that's actually on the market listed by another agent.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see those. All right, I'll take a look around. Do that. Okay, yeah, I just looked around, it's great, I mean, it checks off a lot of the boxes for sure.
Well, if you were to rate it on a scale from like 1 to 10, where would it fall for you?
Man, that's a good question, it's a great question, actually, love that question. Like 9.
Okay, oh wow. Well, like what I always tell people is like, if you're a first time home buyer, you're looking for like 8 out of 10, like you typically have to compromise a few things just because you don't have $100,000 that you can throw down and
Yeah.
all of that. So you're looking for like 8 out of 10, but if you already own a home, that's probably your 8 out of 10. You're looking to move up to like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I tell people if you're building 9.5, 9.9 out of 10, because nothing's ever perfect. So
Well, the only reason I said 9 out of 10, if my wife wanted, she would love a bigger closet in the master, but. I mean, yeah, the house has pretty much everything we want.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like we have a couple of options. I mean, if you guys want, we could take a look at those other two tonight. And then we could also take a look, see if there's any lots in the area, just see if you could build with your price range.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything later tonight, so yeah, why don't we take a look at those and, go from there.
Okay, perfect. I'm done at 2. I'll meet you at this address at 3. And then do I have your best contact info on that sign sheet? I know
No,
some people
you don't.
Okay. Real number.
Yeah, well, I'll give you my real number now. Okay. Hello,
Hey, welcome, come on in.
hey.
How are you doing this Saturday?
Good. How are
Gotta
you?
say, I'm Corey, I'm the listing agent here for 112. Oh,
I'm Tyler.
nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I'm the listing agent here for 112 Main Street.
Nice.
What brings you out here today?
We saw this house, we've been looking for a long time and, haven't found anything that's really excited us like this one.
Okay,
So we wanted to
awesome.
come check it out.
Awesome, are you in the neighborhood or?
Yeah, we're just the next neighborhood over, actually.
Okay, cool. So obviously looking here, what excites you about this home itself?
We need more space. It's
Okay.
bigger, we got the growing family. We love the area. So it's just
Gotcha.
been, I don't know, it's been the market's so crazy.
It
Haven't
is.
Seen
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, so have you started looking right now, or is this kind of your first steps to know you saw this here on the market?
Yeah.
You swing on
We
by?
haven't seen any houses in person. We've just
Okay.
been looking online and
Gotcha.
waiting for the right one to pop up. So.
Gotcha, okay, perfect. So your home that you're in right now, I know you said you're looking to, then fit your family, obviously growing. What is it that interests you in this home that your home is currently lacking?
Yeah, I mean, this one's just bigger. It's in the same school district. It's
Okay.
beautiful. Well, really nicely updated. And it's got the 3-car garage, which we
Okay,
really want.
gotcha,
Again, we got kids that are gonna be driving here in a few years, so
Okay.
it's more space.
understandable, okay. Yeah, so I mean, this home itself, right, is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home.
Mhm.
I know you probably already saw a little bit of the finishes and everything from the pictures there
Yeah.
online. What I'd love for you to do is go take a glance here at the property.
Okay.
Go take a quick spin around things. I'm not gonna follow you around, but at the end of it, I'd love to connect with you, get your overall thoughts.
Okay.
And then kind of walk you through a little bit more of, if you are interested, tell you a little bit more about the property, next steps, and
Sure.
understand a little bit more from your guys' timeline
Absolutely.
on that end, so.
Yeah,
feel free-
I'll take a look really quick.
Yeah, perfect.
That was you.
Wow. Hopefully you didn't get too dizzy on that one.
I mean, it was a trip.
Yeah.
This house was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Great, yeah.
I love everything I have to see. Me and my wife were thrilled.
Okay, perfect. So what about the home itself really interested you, that I could also relay that message back to that myself?
Yeah, I mean, the room sizes are fantastic. We
Mhm.
love the finished basement. The backyard is exactly what we're looking
Okay.
for. So, yeah, they did a really good job with some of the updates.
Got it. All right, perfect. Well, before I go any further, I just want to understand a little bit more contextually about what you have going on right now on your side. Are you currently working with another agent at this point?
No, I mean, I know a few, but I'm not working with any.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on anybody's toes.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Just want to make sure, just because we're all out here working.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not infringing upon other people. Secondly, just understand a little bit more on your side. I know you mentioned that you're looking to make a move and transition. Have you guys given a little bit more thought from a timeline perspective on what that looks like on your guys'
We've
side?
been waiting for so long, so I mean, we've been actively kind of working on our house. and
Okay.
Getting some of the things done, so
Yep.
I feel like we're pretty close to being able to sell
Okay.
and buy.
Yep.
Which we know we would have to do.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so just a little bit more about that process wise. I mean, being this is the first day we've had, a lot of people come through the open house itself.
Mhm.
I know you're very interested in, where are you guys at right now in the purchasing process? Have you guys met with a lender or spoken with anybody at this time?
No, I assume we'd have to sell, but I haven't been pre-approved. so
Okay.
I'm not positive. we have to right
Got it. Yeah, so what I'd love to do is, this open house here ends at another hour and a half. What I'd love to do is, if I could swing by your guys' house over there, you said you're right down the road, correct?
Yeah, we're just a couple minutes away.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd love to just get your guys' address here and phone number, and I can swing by afterwards and kind of walk you through a little bit more of, what that entails for you guys as well from just the next steps And if this home is right for you, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Talk about what it looks like from the purchasing that and possibly looking to sell your home.
Okay.
In the meantime, in order to get you guys qualified here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like what we got going on, with the red, and I mean, it's just great, I love it, yeah.
Yeah, my tire was here.
Yeah, you're closing me on Sunday, I like it.
Perfect, perfect. Well, once again, it was great meeting you, Tyler.
Yeah.
And I'll follow up with you here. Here's my card. I just want to make sure I got your information here correct. It's 911, still your number.
Anybody catch that I crumpled up his card?
Oh, it's plastic. Good luck.
There we go. All right. Yeah, right.
That one, that's
Yeah.
that's I got nuggets here,
Thank you.
nuggets there.
Yeah.
I was like, don't do it to me.
That was.
If I had to make a decision.
I saw you. posted it.
All right, the vote is in. Moving on to the semifinals. In a very close decision, we're going with Nathan. And yeah, that was, I mean.
Yeah, I have really,
Like Jordan said, you guys are both,
they were incredible.
Yeah.
feedback really quick.
I just like how Nathan used his, the two homes in his back pocket,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the two showings afterwards.
Yeah, so Nathan at one point was like, hey, if this isn't the right one, take a look around. If this isn't the right one, I do have a few others that one off market, one just down the road, which, hey, who knows if that
Right.
is actually possible, but in this scenario it was. And that, because when I came in, I signed my email, but I said, this is my fake email. Like, if that's your only tactic in an open house, you're not getting anybody's real email, just so you know,
Or you did something similar, obviously, by.
just coming over.
Yeah, going over to their place.
Yeah,
so.
which is another great pivot,
Yeah.
like that. I mean, that might be even more effective, but I think, what was that?
I said, I think that's better.
Yeah,
Cause
but
I just threw out listings just cause like, that's what you do in a perfect scenario, cause how often are people actually gonna buy a house in the open?
right,
You wanna just pivot, get in front of them again, but.
the- my only thing is, I think more often than not, people would agree to what you said.
Mhm.
There might be a few that would push back on like coming to the house,
Yeah.
but like, again,
If you'd have gave me more
I know.
pushback as opposed to, oh yeah, that sounds great.
I know. Well, I was just trying to make it somewhat easy because it could go so many different
Right.
ways. Like, they both are great.
Mhm.
But I think if you do have a backup house, like, do your research before the open house and have one that maybe is slightly different, but just, oh, I have another good idea that I could show you a house, and that's a way to guarantee, hopefully you're gonna get the right information. Also, I think Nathan, after I spun around and saw the house, he had me rate it,
Mhm.
which I think if you guys should all try to have them rate the house, because if they say anything less than a 10,
Mhm.
that's gonna give you some perspective onto what they're looking for.
Okay.
You can jot that down and be like, you know what, I actually have a few houses I think that might be good for you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put you in on this home search that we have through our team. We also have an off-market network. I see that you need to have one with a bigger master closet or whatever the hell it is, right? And be like, let me send you some properties later. Do you have an email for that? And that's a way to at least get their real information.
Yeah.
So, but I think both your strategies were really good. I mean, it was seriously a toss-up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything they want to say?
Perfect.
I mean, you both shook hands, you both, you did the right thing. Don't ever just sit there and like let people come to you, like walk up to them.
I like your one that you always say, Tyler, of like asking them for their phone number and email. So one, you can either jot it down, or two, you can like tell them that you're gonna send them something, not just like signing in for security purpose or whatever.
Yeah,
And then you can read it too if you're writing it.
the signing in thing, I used to do it forever, and there were so many people that didn't have the right emails and stuff like that, and I just got so sick of that, so. I would advise everybody to have some sort of giveaway at an open house. It guarantees you're getting the right information. Or you have to have something of value, and something that an agent did at Edina Realty really well that she taught me was she would literally just walk around with a clipboard and gather information on what they're looking for in a home, and like put together a home search on their, writing notes, and I'm like, I have what I need for a home search. I'm just gonna shoot it over to you because we do have an off-market network. We have this, we have that. We might have some other properties and I'll just follow up with you later today.
When I found out your DeSoto listing open house, it was so busy.
Yeah.
It was hard to, like, I wanted to build rapport and do all these things that is so nice, but then it's like, are we missing out? on
That's
some
why-
More active.
That's why the
buyers?
giveaway is really important. Because yeah, if you have a super busy open, I mean, just at the very least, it's like, hey, we're giving away wild tickets. Throw your name in there. And then like, once the open's done, sit in your car for the next hour and like literally call everybody. Or email everybody and just be like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to connect with you at the open. It was crazy busy. What was this, rate it on a 1 to 10
So
or
instead of
whatever?
doing that scenario, building rapport there, it would be like greeting, get you signed in.
I mean, try to build rapport, but
But then you're gonna be missing one.
It depends on price point, right? If it's like a 400,000 or below, it's gonna be a lot more active than if you're at like a 750,000.
Yeah, you definitely know.
Like
if
for
you're gonna-
highly suitable and it's coming on the market, it's not gonna be.
And for that one,
No, off market offer though.
I was gonna say, you should, if you can get that thing on the market.
Yes.
I mean, depending on the offer, but that, I had a bunch of people reach out to me on that house just saying like how amazing it is.
Yeah,
So like, if,
it'll be interesting,
that would be one that might go way over.
you know,
Yeah,
we have 10 for Thursday.
wow.
That's true. 2 are registered.
Do you know what the offer is gonna be?
They said 725,
Yeah, no,
yeah, it seems.
it needs to be way higher.
For a yeah. for a
I got
third
65 over on my Falcon Heights one.
house. Yeah,
Different, I mean, lower price range too.
yeah, I feel like if. I may counter with them to say, like, if the sellers say 750 and we're done. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe.
the buy it now price.
Yeah, fine, but 720.
And that's what I asked my client for Falcon Heights.
Yeah.
So I was like
Going back to the-
65 over
When you were doing your strip battle and like appraisal gap.
with a free rent
As
back
a
till
listing
September.
agent, I asked them,
475.
because he said it's 20%
Yeah.
down, so I asked them, are they able to waive the appraisal in? Or will you be doing appraisal gap coverage,
Yeah.
which is an important thing to know when you're gonna go present that to your client. Because if it's 20% down or more, most often you can waive the appraisal.
Tony has a point.
The only thing I would say, big rooms are great, but the one thing you didn't do, and it's important to know this, is I've seen people get this thing on showings and on open houses, is you're making substantive contact with a possible client. So you don't need to present an agency form to them. Now, I know people sometimes bring agency.
Yeah.
Like a.
Technically, you're supposed to have an agency form at the open.
And even asking them is a step in the right direction. One thing you could do better is maybe clarify, are you working with anybody right now?
Mhm.
Because then it comes into, are you tampering with somebody else's client, which is, I mean, that's a whole different thing. But you just want to be careful on that one.
Yeah,
That would be the only thing I would have.
yeah, once I heard Corey say that, I was like, oh, I forgot to say that. Yeah, that's like, my thought too is like,
They'll
if
tell you no.
people go on a showing with you, I figured that they would.
You would
not
think,
have-
man, but
yeah.
people are
The
so,
Department of Commerce
they don't-
has a bunch of-
Dictated by their
But-
agent, you don't.
It's not your
And-
main job,
Yeah.
but it is, it's just one of those things, it's since
That's really good
COVID,
point.
it has not happened. But I've had agents I work with, like, also the Department of Commerce shows up to a show, and shows up to an open house.
What's the fine for that?
I'm not 100% even know what it is.
You
It's-
can look at all the fines, I'll give you. the
I don't
know.
Or at. the-
I don't even know if they fine you or if they just
A lot of times it's slap.
suspend you or.
Ethical trading probably.
But I think the correct question isn't, are you working with an agent? Are you being represented by an agent?
Yeah.
Because working with an agent's different. Like, have you signed a buyer representation agreement?
I don't
Is
think
like,
that You have someone like show you houses, like you have someone that's helping you out do this or.
right, but I feel like that's an easy yes for a buyer. If you, like, you're setting yourself up for a yes. Where you want, if you ask, are you under representation with an agent? More than likely it's a no. You know what I mean? So it's just, we're gonna,
That's at least clarifying it. You don't need to sit there and go,
Yeah.
this is what a buyer rep. This is the agent did, you don't have to do that.
all right, let's keep her moving here, but great job to both of you. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been a toss up. Okay. All right.
We go first.
All right, Anessa and Lauren.
Aw.
Lauren's going first?
Like a Friday, 3 o'clock, class.
Yep. All right, Lauren, you ready?
No, I'm never ready for this.
Hey, you
ready.
you co-won this one time.
Did you delete us out?
He forgot.
No, I didn't. If it pops up, we'll get rid of it. Spinny wheel. Oh, please God, yes.
Perfect.
Oh. You call the listing agent to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted. The buyer's using FHA financing and you are concerned that the property won't pass an FHA appraisal.
Let's do this. Ring, ring, ring.
Yo, what up?
Hey, is this Tyler Miller?
This is Tyler. Man.
Just wanted to talk to you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I am working with a client. We just viewed your home. You're listing on 123 Main Street. Great property, priced very well. I looked at the, the local market. Very much aware it's a tough market out here. So you're probably really busy. I want to make this short and sweet and write you an amazing offer to your seller's terms. I want to know a little bit. Can you tell me something?
Yeah, so yeah, we're having lots of activity. And we're listed at
Lots of activity.
400,000.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like 20 showings today.
Awesome.
And no offers yet, but got some coming, I think, from what I've been told. And yeah, I mean, we're looking for some of a quick closing. We want to make this painless,
Oh,
they're bottom line oriented. That's what they care
Aren't
about,
they all?
right?
That's
Yeah,
great.
I know.
We want to get you as most.
And I've heard a lot about you, Lauren. I'm surprised you're on the phone right now. I heard you're terrified of the phone, but you're really doing great.
No, I'm not. I won't let that go. Oh my God. So, this price point, hold on, you got me. Thanks a lot, Tyler. All right, back to where I.
Lots of
was.
activity. We're looking for bottom line is all that matters to us.
Yeah, so I want to, are your sellers willing to do any kind of improvement on your home, on their home?
I mean, we're open to it, but we'd rather not, obviously.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Mhm.
So, well, my buyers are FHA approved.
Okay,
So there's a couple little things that I see in the home that could.
yeah, we weren't
possibly-
really thinking FHA.
Yeah, worst case scenario here, but.
I mean, because you saw the chipped and peeling paint, you saw that we actually don't have a grassable handrail on the deck. I'm sure you saw all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we just really don't, FHA probably isn't what we were thinking, but you got me on the phone. I'm listening to you.
Right, offer, you're looking for the most money.
Mhm.
If we give you, 20,000 over asking price, wouldn't that be awesome? We could put an appraisal gap guarantee in there as well, if we're willing to do a couple
Keep going.
changes to this home, so that we can just avoid this, FHA appraisal.
I've got a couple other people that are they said they're gonna be writing and they did say they're conventional. So again, it's like,
You just put me in a corner.
I did not,
No?
there's a way out of the corner.
Oh.
Figure it out,
Say
Miss
it-
Realtor.
Say it again.
You're up against conventional.
Yeah. I'm up against.
You're up against conventional, yeah. So what are you gonna do? I
I'm
don't,
gonna write a very what is the price on those conventionals?
well, I don't know yet. I don't have them in hand, but I've been told they're very strong.
Okay, so how about I'll give you an hour to talk with your seller about what price they're looking for. Asking if they're willing to do these improvements with, give them a couple dollar amounts here on how much that improvement would cost. Talk with those other people that are putting in conventional.
Are you, wait,
People,
are you trying to say you want me to go to my seller for a buy it now price for an FHA offer?
but.
Oh,
I mean, if these conventional offers are gonna ask you lower and you let us go, I'm gonna put a deadline on this too. We have no time to waste. It's just so.
God, you're very
inventory,
aggressive,
so
Lauren Cottrell. I love it though.
I'm working in your best interest and my buyer's interest. We wanna come together and get.
Yeah, we want the most money and I can tell that you're working very hard for your clients, so I appreciate that. I'll go back to them. I'll get that number. I'll get an answer for you. They may say no. Yeah, I'll call them right now.
Okay, so I'll call you back in an hour and we can come to terms and write this beautifully. Done, I'm done.
20,000 over. All right, so Anessa. Your objection is you call me, the listing agent, to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted. The buyer is using FHA financing and you are concerned that the property won't pass on FHA appraisal.
This is okay, right? My friend is like, I do have some reason, I think this is like the most nervous I've ever been.
Isn't this your first time in front of us like this? You've always been on Zoom.
No, no, last time I was on.
You were on Zoom, it's
Yeah.
different in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but I've done it. All right, we're just gonna.
I feel your
Go
pain.
back door.
I'm waiting for the phone call.
Oh, sorry, I need to do. Okay, let's.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Tyler, please?
this is.
Hi, Tyler. My name is Anessa Packelman. I'm with eXp Realty and the Tyler Miller team. How are you doing today?
Great, great. I heard amazing things about that team. Sounds like absolutely amazing team.
Yeah, we're like.
Good looking team leader and
Yeah. Are you looking to make a change? I mean.
yes. Done. Right, it's done. All right, let's start over. Start over.
Topic
All right. Hello, hello, yes. Yes, I'm Tyler. I am he.
This is totally true. Okay, so. Yeah, Tyler, yeah, the team is absolutely great.
Yeah.
No, thanks. I just showed your house at 123 Mickey Mouse Lane.
Fantastic
to
house.
my buyers,
Mhm.
and they are absolutely in love with the home.
Yes.
We have been looking for a while. This checks all of their boxes. They absolutely love the yard. They spines, they got dogs.
Mhm.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, well, just-
Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a quick shout and, find out if there's anything in particular that your sellers are looking for.
Yeah.
In the offer, I know that my clients are pretty flexible on terms, but,
Mhm.
definitely want to make sure that my offer is going to be something that your sellers are.
Yeah.
are definitely gonna wanna.
Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out. We've had quite a few showings today. It's been very busy. No other offers in hand yet, just so you're aware, but I've been told we might be getting a few. We're really focused on the bottom line and want to just make this really painless. You saw the condition of the property, like it's nice, but there's some little things here and there that they just really don't want to do anything.
Okay.
So they're really
Yeah,
trying
that
to just
was-
make it
yeah,
easy.
That was gonna be one of my next questions, because my clients are an FHA buyer.
Okay,
And I know that the deck has some peeled paint, and I know the railing going from the garage into the house isn't attached to the wall.
Yeah.
My sellers are completely willing to, help with repairs and whatnot.
Okay.
It sounds like your sellers are not willing.
yeah, I mean, just the other couple offers we've talked to, they did say they are conventional, and so I prepared my clients for, hey, if we get conventional offers, we probably aren't gonna have to do a ton of work, because the house is in good shape, it's just missing some of these little things, right? So, FHA doesn't necessarily scare us as long as, like you said, that they're willing to do some of these things
Yeah.
to compete.
Yep, absolutely. And one thing too is I can have my lender give you a call. When they put in that offer, and I know that my buyers are willing to cover, the majority of the costs when it comes to the FHA. We've already discussed that.
What's their
I think
cash
15
situation? Keep going. What's their cash situation like?
They're putting 10% down.
Okay,
Um,
so they have some money
They
that
do.
they could
Yeah.
pay towards some of these repairs.
Yeah. Absolutely. The paying for it is not a problem. Like I said, they fell in love with the house. I think if they didn't love the house as much, they might be a little bit more, unwilling to do it, but.
Yeah.
For this particular house, they will. Just want, I obviously don't have the, to know how much it would totally be. I know they got about $5,000 that they can play around with.
Mm.
So if we wrote an offer that, they would take
They
care of
actually
it,
got
they
some
have to
bids
file
on the
it.
deck last year and it was, yeah, it was under that,
It
so.
was under that,
Mhm.
okay, all right. So if we wrote the offer that there would cover the first $5,000, do you think your sellers would negotiate if it was over the 5?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I would be surprised if it would, just based on what we've talked about.
Right.
But what is the rest of your offer looking like?
They're willing to waive the inspection, because they know, especially with the FHA.
Yeah.
The appraiser's gonna, do some of that work on their
Mm-hmm.
end too. Like I said, they're putting 10% down. My lender will definitely give you a call and, solidify their funding. The other thing too is clothing. They're renting right now, so
Okay.
they're open. on
Flexible.
whatever Flexible clothing.
What about
So,
price?
So price, you had said that you have no offers?
I've been told we might have a few on the way, but none in hand yet.
Okay, is there a price that would shut it down if we understand that we're FHA, but is there an amount?
Yeah,
Get it done.
I don't know, but I'll go and ask them. I haven't talked to them about that yet,
Okay.
They know that there might be some other offers. I'll ask them if they're willing to give out a price
Okay,
for your situation.
okay.
I mean, it seems like you have a lot of really good terms, so.
How much time are you gonna give Vanessa to hit all?
Did it go on already?
She-
Time ago? Sorry.
He hasn't run into a dead end yet. He hasn't run into a dead end yet. I mean, I think that's probably good enough. You covered it. That was the last bit. I just wanted to understand the terms, but. Just give her some snaps. I know, but I'm giving her snaps. Good job. Clapping is so 2000. To be fair, I wasn't pulling things out of her. It was just a conversation.
Get her to say all the right things.
That is not true. She was opening the doors and I was walking through them. Okay. The winner's Vanessa. Oh my gosh, Lauren, you're so funny. All right, here's my feedback. So she didn't need to say anything else other than the one thing she said, which is her clients are willing to cover some of the issues, right? Because there's a line on the PA, because everybody knows the blank, and it says lender work orders not to exceed blank. And we always just write 0 every time. We write 0, right? Well, you could write $5,000 there if you wanted to. And anything that comes up on the appraisal, they'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So,
What's that line called?
yeah. And it said, and that one's for,
Required repairs.
and it's for the sellers, but you could easily change it to buyers,
Mhm.
right? Or just write in the other sections, buyers to,
Assume all FHA repairs.
well, they can't
Up to-
assume, because a lot of them have to be, but the problem is unless it's weather related. No, after the appraisal, because you won't know about them until after the appraisal. But so how it needs to work is, so let's say it's the same deck. Right, like it's chipped and peeling.
Yeah.
Buyer to contribute $5,000, up to $5,000 towards any lender work orders, okay? And then the buyer can basically just pay the deck guy, right? They can fund the company for the deck, right, to be done. Because the buyer just can't give cash to the seller before closing, it just doesn't work that way. But they can pay a contractor to go out and do the work. And then the buyer can also pay for the second appraisal that they have to do. There's what is that called? It's on the PA.
Re-inspection.
Reinspection. You'd want to check buyer because obviously there's gonna be a reinspection. The only time you can ever escrow something is if it's weather related. So if it's winter and it's chipped and peeling paint, you can escrow. The lender will allow that, but it has to be 1.5 times. So if the bid is $3,000, it's gonna be, what is that, $4,500 that they actually have to have. Yeah, good man. But yeah, escrow as well, it's fine.
It can be.
It's fine. Don't be deterred by that, but it's better if they just can get it done, obviously. But if you're in a multiple offer situation with an FHA buyer and because even on the listing, it might say approve financing, and they might just like leave FHA off because the house is in such bad shape or something, like you can still show your FHA buyer that house. They're obviously telling you they don't want to deal with any of this shit though, so like, be prepared, your FHA buyer better have 10 grand sitting there to like play with, right? So just know you guys can do that. There's nothing wrong with that, and yeah, what other feedback do we have? Oh, and also I was just saying, the buy it now price is really important with FHA buyer. And again, if we're getting offers, but we don't have anything yet, like fucking put a deadline on the things, like screw these agents that are just gonna milk this thing, you know what I mean? Just like, hey, I understand, like, you gotta do what's best for you, I have to do what's best for my clients, so we are gonna put a deadline on it. And if, guess what, if they don't accept it, you can take the deadline off, right?
Yeah.
You can just say, and we're resubmitting.
I was a BS.
Right, like, it's just, don't be afraid to go to battle, like, why do you guys wanna sit there all weekend and wonder if your offer's gonna be accepted, like, just tell me if it's not gonna be accepted. Friday night, just tell me, I don't care, like, let me go show more houses. You know, so put a deadline on it and just do it in a very nice way, though. Feel like, I know that, you know, ideally you'd like to wait for highest and best and all that stuff, I hear that you have a deadline, that's cool. My clients, however, are asking us to get a response by tonight from your clients. A response doesn't mean you're pulling the offer. Doesn't mean they have to say yes or no, but they want a response. You know, just make them do something, make them take a look at it. What is the buy it now price? Like, ask these questions and push back on these agents that are just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Be like, well, okay, I understand where you're coming from. It is your seller's decision though. So, you know, I would really appreciate if you would just ask them this question. If they say they don't want to entertain it, I understand it, but I appreciate making a phone call. It's, yeah, so you gotta, a lot of these agents don't even understand what they're supposed to do. They just think they can set a deadline, they don't have to check with anybody, and that's it. It's like, no, it's the seller's decision. So like, you might have to educate some people a little bit, you know, but in like a really good way. So just, it's a balance, it's an art form. But who else has any feedback? Anything else?
Would you be able to take care of that deck before appraisal, like just write the offer that you'll have someone go out and then just get it painted and then?
You could, but if I'm representing the buyers, I wouldn't volunteer that, because what if it doesn't get called? The reinspection fee is $150. It's not worth doing something beforehand, you know what I mean? Because it's not gonna delay things, you know, because if you're waiving the inspection, hey, we're gonna order the appraisal immediately. As soon as we get back to work orders, we'll get out, we'll figure out what we're doing and we'll get it done. That's because otherwise you're maybe volunteering money for your buyer you don't need to.
Okay.
But like, you need to speak with confidence to the listing agent, because most listing agents will be like, well, I don't know if you can even do that. They have no clue because they all suck. Like, no, you can. I got you. We'll get it all taken care of. I'll give you the best offer and we'll do all the repairs. You don't have to worry about anything. Oh, then it's a conventional offer at that point. I don't give a shit. That's the listing agent, you know, my sellers won't care. So that was what we wanted to get out of that, Lauren, was just that you guys can volunteer to take care of those things for your client. So just know it.
I just want to give you top listing price because that's all you care about.
Well, and honestly, you can also accomplish it that way too.
Yeah.
Like, because, well, let me just throw another $5,000 towards the seller's closing
But
costs or
having that
something.
verbiage from the PA that I didn't know about would have definitely,
Yeah.
I would have brought that up if I would have known, so I'll brush up. on
Yeah,
that.
it's lender work orders blank. Again, it's for that blank is the sellers are gonna contribute up to blank, but you can always flip that around.
Yeah, test the waters.
Just say buyers will contribute up to whatever. All right, anybody else? Let's move along to the semifinal round. Who we got? We got Maximus
Yeah.
versus, is it Brady?
Yeah. 2 first-time winners.
So far, the first round. Nice.
All right,
First time for everything, Toronto's first time. Right. Yeah. Don't beat around there. Yeah, beat Florida. Yeah, beat Florida. They're going, beat Florida.
Damn it. Let me go first.
oh, he wants the first. He wants the box. That's a golfer for you. Give him the box.
I just like started a channel. Just pause it.
All right, let's see what the topic is. Highest and best deadline, typical situation.
Never heard of that one.
What was your first one? Wasn't it like this, but you had a house to sell?
Yeah. Well, there was no offers. No, actually, yeah, there is, I think.
This is like open house than two policy.
Yeah.
Well, the open house one's gonna go away.
Why?
You already did
it.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, we were trying to give you guys like relevant topics that we're not getting offers accepted, so let's figure this out.
I like it.
And for example, if Lauren now knows this thing about FHA, that's another chance to get an offer accepted that you would not have.
We'll just get more comfortable with talking
Yeah.
about these like a second.
I didn't even know that. I haven't had the J buyer, we broke 4 offers in a house.
Well,
I was also asking for 2% seller pay closing costs, and I might as well just shoot my head off.
Right, right. It all depends on other, like what the buyer can actually do, right? But might as well just kill yourself, yeah. No, I mean, whatever. If I'm Brady, might as well. All right, let me get this up here so we don't lose sight of it. All right, are you ready?
What kind of, do we have like a cash buyer, like?
No, you don't have a cash buyer. No, that'd be way too easy. Like, done.
Conventional,
You can have a conventional buyer,
20%. Have a buyer like that, you know?
10% down.
Look at his face, like, that's what.
Home hardware is 50K below.
All parts of America, yeah.
Figure it out.
Do they have a lot of wiggle room? Like, do my buy can go up?
Just figure it out.
Alright, right.
This will be a harder one. Just so you know. It's gonna be a little bit unrealistic. But because it's too easy if it's just like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, is this Tyler?
yeah, is this the bearded beauty?
It is, yeah. Hey, Tyler, it's Brian with the Tyler Miller team at USP Realty.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a call.
Oh, hey, I'm getting another call. There's another offer coming in.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, hold on.
I'll hold it.
Hold on, yeah.
I got 2 phones for this.
Okay, sorry. I need a third phone. Yeah, sorry. My phone's been ringing off the hook, man.
Hey, Brian, good smile. 2 acres, I saw, it's incredible.
Yeah, 700,000 in Woodbury. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You see that outdoor bar?
Oh, my God.
Fuck, dude.
You know, we should, you know, what we should do is we should go to that outdoor bar so we can discuss these terms.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, I got 3 phones right now. I appreciate that. Let's get a drink after the transaction.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was just giving you a call. My buyers love the property. As you know, we were there. There's 3 or 4 people walking through. I'm sure you're getting a lot of calls. Obviously, you have 3 phones
Yeah.
ringing right now.
It's insane.
With that being said, my buyers love it. They want to, try to win the offer as everyone else does. I want to just call you, kind of see what the seller situation's like.
Yeah.
Are they, what's their situation? Are they moving out of states? Are they downsizing? What's going on?
They've lived there for, 40 years. They love the place. It's really emotional for them. They don't want to move, but it's just the time of their life where they got to be moving on. And they're really, obviously, this is a springboard into their next chapter of their life where they're going to need, the most amount of money as possible. And so they're older, as I'm sure you can tell by maybe some of the decor.
Yeah.
But they, they just want to make this super painless, but they do need every penny out of here. So
Do they have a house already picked out that they're?
they do, yeah.
They do?
Yep.
Awesome. So do you guys have a closing date for that yet, or
Yeah, we close in 30 days
30 days? So you guys are kind of looking for a 30-day close as well?
and it's not contingent. So like,
Does
it
it need to be 30 days?
doesn't need to be on the same day.
Would it be beneficial for your seller?
Honestly, they'd probably like some extra time
Okay,
to like move out.
all right. Well, would it be even more helpful, say we close in 30 days? We'll let your sellers stay at their house for an extra 10 days, so they have that money, so they can close on their new house, because you said.
Yeah.
now they're looking at-
What would you charge for
We,
that?
we wouldn't charge anything.
Oh, just free?
Just 7 days only.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Nothing crazy, just 7 days for your sellers to be able to, as you said, they're a little older, so it's gonna take a little more time to get
Yeah.
everything boxed up and put into a truck and get into their new house. Would that be something that would be beneficial?
Yeah, totally. I think they'd really go for that.
And I saw that on your agent remarks, you're asking for highest and best by tomorrow at 3 p.m., right?
Yep, yeah, we have 15 offers in hand.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and we got another 20 showings here. And like, I got an off-market offer at 725. That was fucking laughable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I would have taken that, I would be an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Tilu.
That's awesome. Well, I
I'm
guess,
not the one accepting it.
I guess I just want to kind of be upfront with our offer. We are conventional 10% down. Like I said, we'll do the 30-day close with 7-day free rent back.
Mhm.
We're looking to offer, you said it was listed at 700.
Yeah,
We're looking to offer at 750, full appraisal. As well as waived inspection,
Mhm.
Non-refundable earnest money. As well as the free rent back as I said.
Yeah.
so We are having an expiration on it by 9 PM tonight. My buyers do love the house, but there's other houses on the market and it's a Friday night.
Mhm.
So we want to be able to. If you guys aren't gonna, take our offer, we want to be able to go look at these
Right.
houses, so.
No, I hear you. And to be transparent, I mean, we have some offers similar to that. I don't know if they want to do the deadline. I mean, I'll obviously present your offer, but
yeah.
my advice would be to chat with your clients to see if they can do anything else, maybe talk about an escalation or something. It's close, but,
What's the price?
I
Do they
don't,
have a price in mind that's like, let's get this done today, they don't have to worry about showings.
we have far exceeded that price
Okay,
already. So at this point, they're just kind of,
how
They're-
high can it go?
they're on, yeah, they're on the ride. They're riding the ride,
So if we offer 750, escalation cost is 775.
definitely in the ballpark. Yeah.
What can we get it done tonight?
Like I said, they're a little slower moving. Obviously I'll present your offer,
Yeah,
but
yeah, so what are we gonna do? Like, we wanna get this.
I'll ask them.
Yeah.
I'll ask
You
them.
give them a call, I'll call you.
I got
back.
them on my fourth phone.
I'll call you back in 30 minutes and we'll reconnect and see what we can do.
All right, sounds good, buddy. All right, Maximus.
What?
You're up.
I've used that.
All right.
Think about it too much.
So you call the listing agent and surprise, surprise, there's multiple offers, highest and best deadline. So what criteria we give you, Brady, at the very beginning? You're conventional,
Yep.
10% down. The house is in Woodbury for 700,000.
Okay.
Just hit the market
Today?
this weekend. Highest and best deadline is tomorrow at, let's say 5 PM. Something like that.
Yeah,
For sure. Got it, and it was listed when? This weekend.
Yeah, like 2 days ago,
Yeah.
yesterday, whatever.
All right, let's go. All right, so I'm calling you.
Hello.
Oh, Tyler Miller?
Yeah,
Yeah, hey Tyler, it's Max, with Tyler Miller, Team DXP, how are you?
great. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Say, I'm looking at your listing down in Woodbury at 123 Main Street. Me and my clients actually just went through and saw a showing out about 20 minutes ago. They absolutely love it. It's their, checks all their boxes for what they're looking for, 5 bed, 4 bath. Good little yard with a fence in the backyard and whatnot, and it's a great neighborhood for them. They're looking to get something done. We are, they're very adamant about buying. They're open to different terms and things like that, matching what your sellers want to make you and your sellers the happiest.
Yeah.
Try and work together with you to get something closed here. So
Yeah.
I know you have highest and best at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep.
So where are we going with, what do you got for other offers that we can kind of compete with them?
Yeah, so you said that you guys are really interested. I'd say take a number, because
sure.
I got 15 offers in hand.
Absolutely.
And it's been a madhouse. I got 3 phones that I'm talking on right now, and it's like, yeah, offers coming in left and right.
For sure.
And so, we're right now, just to kind of let you know where you're at, like, we've far exceeded what the sellers and my expectations were on this, so at this point, we're looking for, obviously the best offer we can find, but it's a super emotional situation for the sellers. They've been living there for 40 years. They love this house. They don't want to move, but they're getting to that point in their life where it's time to find a more of like one level. They're
Yeah,
gonna
nice.
retire.
Yeah.
So they need every penny out of this,
Yep.
but it's also really emotional for them. So, it's just gotta be easy.
For sure. Yeah, so totally. So obviously, so my buyers are conventional. They're gonna be putting 10% down. They have plenty of cash to throw up front as well. We are looking to do about $800,000, so 100,000 over asking price. And along with that, you have a great home and it's in Woodbury. Your sellers have kept it in great shape. We're gonna waive the inspection. We're gonna also throw an appraisal gap coverage up to $20,000.
Okay.
So there's plenty of wiggle room there. As far as earnest money goes, we're gonna go non-fundable earnest money to show you guys as much, or how much our buyers want to throw on this property and how much they want to invest into it.
Okay,
And as far as that goes, how about a closing date? What does your closing date look like for you guys? Are you looking to sell it, or are you kind of trying to wait it out?
so we have another house that we're closing on, and we close on that one in 30 days.
Gotcha,
So, you know, we need at least 30 days.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think that's totally fine with my buyers. They're working with a great lender. There's no problem. Waiting out 30 days or getting it set up to do it then.
Mhm.
I think that. Yeah, what, are you able to call your sellers with those terms and see kind of what their thoughts are about it and whatnot, and see?
Well, like I said, we have the deadline,
For
you
sure.
know, so I'd say get the offer over to me
Absolutely.
and I'll present it at the time of the deadline for sure.
And with that being said, we're gonna throw a 24-hour expiration clause on it. We're gonna throw a 24-hour expiration clause on it, so we're gonna need an offer by tomorrow, at 5 o'clock, or 24 hours from today.
Okay. You know, again, like they're older, we've been kind of dealing with, I mean, there've been a bunch of showings. We had a specific time we were gonna meet and like talk about these because it's more difficult for them. So, I mean, do you have to have the deadline on there?
Yeah, the deadline, we're gonna throw the deadline on there just because we're really adamant about, getting our buyers into this home. And, you know, as far as you know, that, you know, if an offer comes in with a timeline on it, you have to present that offer within that time.
Right.
So getting that offer shown ahead of time before all these other offers is just expressing our drive to own your home. And,
Mhm.
you know,
I mean, it's a great offer,
yeah, for
you
sure.
know, so I can respect that. I'll obviously call them, I'll check with them and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
All right. Oh, boy. Ooh. We got a couple of assassins in this room. I like it. All right, moving on to the finals. Brady. Hey, it's a good thing that he wants his teammates to do well. Okay, feedback. Who's got some feedback?
Emotional.
Take the bait.
So you said there's a softball that I lobbed up.
So that was going in there just saying, somebody lived in there for a long time. It's a very emotional process for him, so.
How do you?
I really just dive into, okay, my buyers love this home. Actually just tell you a little bit more about them, and we're actually gonna be writing a letter, and hopefully you can present this, because it's also not only a financial decision for them, but it's also a very emotional one.
Yeah.
for 'em.
Well,
So
and-
hopefully
and-
it means something to them.
Yeah.
And if we far exceeded our financial goals already,
Yeah.
it's literally gonna come down to emotion,
Best fan.
right? Like, so, yeah, pick up on people's cues. We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
When people are talking, like, take a minute to repeat back to them some things, maybe ask a few more questions, just like, you know, I gave you like a really tiny part about, well, they're retiring and all that stuff,
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, like,
Sounds like they're retiring.
where are they moving to? Or like, just build that rapport a little bit. Respect the agent's time. If you can tell they want to get off the phone, like, you know, whatever. But I think one thing Brady did that you didn't hear was you asked about closing time, and I said, oh, we have another house, 30 days. He asked, you know, so, oh, I'd assume they want that like closed on the same day,
Yeah.
which then I responded saying, well, we don't need to because we're not contingent.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, well, would they like more time then to move out? Which is something I use all the time.
Yeah.
Like, as if your buyer is renting or whatever, they don't need to sell a house and coordinate timelines. Make sure that you guys play with that possession time period, because that's something most listing agents literally have no idea about. They don't ever talk about with their clients, but if you can go back to them and be like, hey, we're gonna give your client a whole week to move out after closing, because we know how stressful it is to get everything packed up in a moving truck the morning of, and then like go stay in a hotel the night before, and like, you know, it sucks. So if you can be like, hey, literally like sleep in, the house is gonna close, your seller doesn't even have to go to closing.
Right back.
Yeah, and they can move out in a week. That like, that right there is worth 10 Gs to a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, there's like, thank God. Like, I don't wanna have to deal with all this, especially if they're older and, you know, so just remember, you guys can do that if you have the ability, if you don't need to close on a certain day, like. Give them a few days. If it's too long, I will say that some other complications can come with that where. Okay, what happens if they damage the house while they're still living there for free? And like, so there's an actual rent back form you could use that. Has some legal language in there for that, but if it's like, you're giving them 2 days to move out or something like. You usually don't need to involve any security deposits or anything like that.
So is it 7 days too long?
7 days is like,
Iffy?
it's fine, but you're getting to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
it might be. They might be like, they have more potential to damage something. But I mean, hey, do what you gotta do to win. Like, if
Yeah.
your buyers, if your clients don't care, yeah, I mean, so on my Falcon,
$1,000.
on my Falcon Heights one, I got a rent back agreement through September for free. For my sellers. So like, people are doing these things, yeah, they're throwing shit around.
You were doing.
I mean, I suggested it, that it worked, but like, I did get a security deposit for the buyers, you know, because obviously they don't want any damages, but like. You look around and the same agents are winning all these deals, it's not because they're better than you, they know a
They know
couple
it's
things that other people aren't doing.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, and like. The deadline conversation, like. I don't think it was at the point where you should educate me on, like, hey, you gotta present on, like.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like really resisting, like, no, I'm not gonna present that,
Yeah.
you know, then educate them.
That's where I couldn't really tell if you were like actually resisting or just like, you know, we're.
I was explaining my position at that point, but you know, just so read the room a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, I think you guys both did a really good job, I mean. Asking, I think for you would have been asking like, well. What do you think about the offer, Tyler? What are we missing?
Yeah.
Right, like grill me a little bit,
See what
because
your
it's
thoughts are.
$100,000 over.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
you said, good, good.
It's $100,000 over, right? But as a listing agent, my job isn't to be like, holy fuck, like, it's supposed to, oh, yeah, you know?
That's normal.
That's, yeah, we got a lot of offers, you know?
He touched on something earlier that you guys missed out on too, he said it was an emotional piece.
Yeah.
That should have been jumping on and trying to present the offer, say yourself, it means something to these people.
Yeah, like you said, right, Corey, right before the letter.
Yeah. I literally walked
In that
out
situation,
with an offer 25 grand over last night.
Yeah.
Because I walked in, I talked to the people that grew up in the, one of the people that grew up in the neighborhood
Yeah.
and emotional attachment. I just explained all that to them, presented my offer, and they took ours. But we had some contingencies that the other people did have in there.
Gotcha.
But with that being said, it wasn't about the cash.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's ultimately gonna come down to that at some point.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's like the emotion, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you attach to real estate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, and like an offer letter is one thing, but I will say that I've received offer videos
Yeah.
from people, like their clients standing in front of the house. Literally like telling the seller how much they love their house and that they would love to be the one that wins and like, let us know if there's anything else we can do, and like.
Yeah.
I've only received maybe like 5 of those my entire career.
Yeah.
So like, if you guys want to know how you set yourself apart, an offer video is even better, with a letter, obviously. But like, hold the heartstrings, you know what I mean? Like, do your job as an agent and bring these things up. If the buyer says no, then whatever, but bring them up. Be like, we can do a video. Also, I've had listing or buyer's agents send me a video just of like them talking to me, expressing like how professional they are and their track record and like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So like, all those things matter when there's 15 offers.
Yeah.
Like, you need to pull up all the stops. You're gonna spend your entire day on this one offer.
For sure.
And if you're not continually in conversation with the listing agent, you're losing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be having some updates. If they stop talking to you, you need to call them. Be like, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. I assume we're behind. Where are we at? What do I need to do? Just ask the question.
Sure.
And I'd say 3 out of 4 are gonna be fine talking to you. There'll be the one guy or whatever that just, they don't answer their phone. They're just, it's impossible. And there's only so much you can do then.
Yeah, for sure. Got it.
Anyways,
great.
you did, I mean, you guys both did good.
I think it's fine, yeah, for sure.
So, all right, we got the other side of the bracket here.
I'll take that.
Anessa and Nathan.
Alright,
On shoot.
Yes, on shoot.
here.
On shoot.
On shoot, I don't know. Oh, I've never done it before.
When I was psychology.
Alright.
Oh,
Oh, she got you. She was messing with you the whole time. Sandbagging you. All right.
You should have first.
what?
You could have just said I want to go first.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what topic we're dealing with on this one. Yeah, open house again. Call the listing agent to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted, and it's the first day on the market.
Price point?
I gotta think of a scenario. Give me a second. Try to think of something different.
Well, I just asked that. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Tyler?
Yeah, this is.
Hey Tyler, this is Nathan with the Tyler Miller team. I'm funny that two Tylers.
I
Anyways,
know, right? Weird.
Yeah, so I just showed your house on 123 Main Street. Awesome house, great listing. You get a lot like that?
Yeah, I mean, we sell the most houses in Anoka County, bro.
Really? Oh, wow, holy shit. That's awesome. Wow. Do a lot of good business. Well, listen, so my buyers want to write an offer here, but you know, they want on the market, great listing, you price it perfectly. Obviously, you have tons and tons of activity. Tell me how many showings, how many offers, kind of. where you
Yeah.
at?
Yeah, lots of showings. We don't have any offers yet. We just listed the house this morning. But yeah, tons of showings today. I think there was like 20.
Oh, wow.
And a few more this weekend, but most people are getting in today, it seems like.
Okay, yeah. Has anyone indicated that they might write, or I know it's pretty early, but
Yeah, a couple calls like this, but they
Yeah.
said they were gonna talk to their client, but they expressed that they did love it and they were probably gonna be writing.
yeah, they're just kind of filling me out. Well, I mean, my buyers are definitely serious. We're ready to write right now. I mean, we're ready to put something together if you guys are willing to. I mean, I know you're looking, I don't know that, we're willing to put together a really solid offer. Tell me a little bit about your clients, like, kind of what are they looking to do? What's most important to them here?
Yeah, we saw a house pop on the market a few days ago, and we've been waiting for the right house. So we listed their house like ASAP. We already have the photos done, all that stuff. So we're actually in negotiations with the other house right now, and we are contingent on this house selling.
Okay.
So we're, we're probably looking to close within 30 to 45 days.
Okay, so it sounds like you're gonna have that wrapped up probably today then?
I hope.
Hopefully?
Yeah, I hope. We gotta get this offer accepted, man.
Yeah, no, it can be difficult. Well, I mean, would having something accepted on this house today be beneficial for you guys? Just line them both up, same day?
Yeah, absolutely it would.
Get you two commission checks locked in on the same day?
Yep, and because we have this contingency, we're really hoping that we can get rid of our contingency on that side really quickly.
Yeah, well, the cool thing with my buyers is that they're first time home buyers, so they won't be contingent and we can be pretty flexible on a lot of stuff. They're just renting, so. We can't quite run up the closing dates for whatever reason, or if you guys just want like 2, 3, 4 days for not even a rent back, just possession.
Mhm.
To move out, we can definitely do something like that.
Okay, that'd be helpful.
Then is there anything specific you guys are looking for in the offer other than those couple things, just high price?
Well, like I said, fewest contingencies possible because we gotta, as I'm sure you know, Nathan, when we make an offer on the other house, we have to have sale of buyer's contingency, right? Unless we get this sold and pass the inspection period.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so unfortunately, my buyers, first time home buyers, I've talked with them through everything, but they definitely want inspection, just peace of mind kind of thing. I'm talking through it. I said, guys, listen, this is not our place to nickel and dime people, right? If outlets need to be grounded, that's not our place to do that. So I'm writing in the inspection. We're gonna get it done in 3 to 4 days. Also, our inspector is awesome. He's not gonna scare anyone away. So and we're not gonna let the dad show up to the inspection and ruin it, because that's happened to a coworker of mine. So yeah, don't you worry on that front. And then I'm also gonna write in a guarantee that we're not gonna ask for any repairs over $1,000, because I feel like, again, that's kind of pennies when we're talking about $350,000, and you probably agree.
Honestly, I think with all the activity, I think the inspection part might be difficult. Is there anything else you can do there? If you're not gonna ask for anything over $1,000, would they be willing to just take $1,000 in closing costs or something?
I mean, I could definitely talk with them, kind of see what they're thinking.
Cause we're in competition on this other house, right? So if we have an inspection here, we're contingent still
Mhm.
on that. And so it's just, this is the only house they're gonna move for. You know what I mean? So it is contingent on the sale or on them getting an accepted offer on this.
With more money, so you.
More money's great. Yep, more money's great. But if they don't get this offer accepted, then they're not gonna be moving.
Yeah, you just kind of need a certainty a little bit more.
Mhm.
Sure, want my closing comment.
You can always change it.
Well, I guess all I would say is, I mean, other than going back to talk to them and then going back, I would just say. I mean, I think it's a great house. You've been in the house, I've been in the house. I mean, as we walk it, I don't really see anything that would kind of come up in an inspection.
Right.
And, like I've talked about, our inspector's gonna, call it like it is with the buyers. I mean, there may be minor things that we're not seeing, but, I think we can agree that there's probably not gonna be a $30,000 repair that both of us didn't catch and the
Yeah.
buyers and sellers didn't catch.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be minimal things at most that comes up, and we're really just, I mean, they're just spooked that, oh no, there's gonna be a $10,000 repair, but I know that it's not really going to happen.
Right.
but-
we'll just call it. Otherwise, we'll keep going. But good job. No problem. All right, so here's the scenario. You call the listing agent to talk through how to get your buyer's offer accepted, and it's the first day on the market. There's a few other, hey guys, there's a few other things you have to know. So the house is listed at 350. My clients, which you don't know this, but I'm telling you that you're gonna know it, so you have to ask the right question though. But my clients have to buy a house and it just hit the market. So we listed this house to buy that one.
Okay, so they haven't accepted offer.
No,
No,
we are in negotiations on that house. And we have to sell this one, okay? Your clients are minimum down first time home buyers, and you can either waive the inspection or you can waive closing costs. You can't waive them both.
I can waive which one?
Inspection or closing costs. So during,
Waive closing costs?
no closing costs.
Oh, like seller. can-
When you're presenting your offer to me, you can pick one or the other. So say if you waive the inspection, that means there's gonna be closing costs. If you go no closing costs, or if you want to do closing costs, then you can waive the inspection. But you can't do both.
So my client, first time home buyer.
Mhm.
The price is 350 on the market.
First day in the market.
They're low cash, so like the minimum 3% order. You guys put your house on the market so that you can hopefully get an accepted offer there.
Are you ready?
Sure, let's just roll.
This is the people in this industry get paid for the problems they solve. That's it. Solve the problem.
Okay,
Hello.
hey, is this Tyler?
Yeah,
My name is Vanessa. I'm with HC Realty in the Tyler team. How are you doing today?
great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Sam, giving you a call because I just went through your house with my buyers,
Mhm.
At 123 Mickey Mouse Lane.
Mhm.
They absolutely love the home. I see it's only been on the, has it been on the market for just.
First day.
Oh, that's right. First
Yep.
day. I see it's on the market, just went on the market today. But these guys are hoping that we can, make this deal today.
Yeah.
So curious, what are your sellers looking for? What's your seller situation?
Yeah, so we just listed today. We saw a house pop up on the market 2 days ago, and we were ready to list when the right house came about. So we listed and we're in negotiations on that other house currently because we have to sell this house to buy the next one.
Okay, is there anything that they're needing in their offer, that we could offer to help their offer be stronger?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the more money we make here, we could probably, do some other things there. But the big one is, we're contingent on the sale of this house. And so the fewer contingencies, the better, so that we can make our offer strong as we can over here.
Okay. Okay. So my sellers are FHA. Say FHA,
Mhm.
oh, sorry, my offers are, I'm gonna choose conventional, my.
Good choice.
Clients have a conventional offer, they're having 3% down.
Okay.
They don't have a whole lot of cash, but they're willing to waive inspection.
That's very
they're-
helpful.
They're renting right now, so they're pretty open on
Mhm.
closing date.
Mhm.
Would a quick close be?
Yeah, I mean, we're anticipating probably gonna have to go 30 to 45 days on this other house, so we can't close any sooner than that.
Okay, so you need them to close on the same day?
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
qualify to
Okay.
buy both of them. But yeah, so flexible would be great.
Yeah, no, they can be completely flexible on whatever closing date that they need, for that other home.
Mhm.
I know I'm missing probably the main question here,
No, yeah, just keep working
Okay.
through it.
um.
Present your offer.
So the price is $350,
Yep.
and you said my people don't have money. So you'd have, if so, would you take a cash, or not a cash offer, but would you
Yes.
take an ask? Today,
Well-
we were able to close.
It's the first day on the
They
market, Vanessa, and honestly, we have like 20 showings today, so I think, asking price at this point would be a little presumptuous. I think, we'd be expecting more on the first day, just based on all the activity. But yeah, the other terms don't bother us as much. Inspection's fantastic. It's very attractive to us, but we'd love to obviously get over asking price if possible.
But my buyers don't have money.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said they're low on money, so I'm assuming
They're
that they don't have
3%
money.
down.
I suppose, okay, well, I'm gonna assume that they have some money to go. All right, so what would be their cash, not their cash, sorry, what would be their, buy now price, do you know what that?
Let's just pretend I asked the seller already. Yeah, I talked to the seller and, if we could get this done right now, like 25 over is kind of the buy it now price.
Okay,
Net,
all right, so 375,
net,
okay, net,
net offer.
yes. Well, we're not doing seller concessions, so.
Well, you have to,
You waive the inspection.
because you waive the
Oh,
inspection,
so then I have to ask for that? Oh, well, then, yeah, I would.
which that's fine. Let's just say we did it.
I was misunderstanding.
That's okay.
Okay, well, let's just say that, okay, I already did that, so,
Yep.
all right, so they want a net 375, so if we came in at 380.
385, somewhere in there, yeah.
385, okay. All right, well, let me go back with my sellers.
Okay.
And we'll crunch some numbers and see if we can make that work.
Okay.
And I'll get back to you,
Sounds great.
yeah, all right, thanks, Taylor. Trying to think of.
I think you handled it fine. But sometimes there's not a magic button.
Well, I was trying to think of like. How, if, and my brain was like, they didn't have money the whole time. like,
Yeah,
until-
well, I'm
Yeah, so
sorry, I
I'm
was,
thinking
that was,
They didn't pull low cash and either, already.
you can still have low
3% down.
cash, but you can still qualify for whatever, right?
The thought process that they have. Could have 25K, but here's the thing, then we go back to the lender and now they see if they can get, a gift or.
Right.
things
Yeah,
like
there's-
that, Like,
It's probably more than one
Other
phone
side.
call with this one, you know what I mean? Because it's tricky. But, yeah, I think you were thinking through it, you were handling it well, so you asked the buy it now price, which is important.
You have to remember too, when you're talking to the agent, you're troubleshooting it while you're going.
Right,
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay. Going to the finals against Brady. Anessa. And the only reason I think they were both good, but I think my guess is, I don't even know who voted Anessa, but my guess is when I threw you a softball, you didn't switch. So you were like, well, we'll ask for no more than $1,000 on the inspection. Cool. We can't have an inspection because we have to get this other offer accepted. Can I just give you $1,000 and then you just deal with it? I think obviously that it requires a phone call to your clients and all that stuff, but like you kind of just like steamrolled past that suggestion, you know?
Yeah.
Because I expressed my biggest concern was we have to get this other offer accepted or we're not gonna move. And if I have to be contingent on inspection, what that means is if they accept our offer, they could still sell it out from under us to somebody else until we get past the inspection period. So 4 days inspection is just not attractive to us. And you would have probably had this information up front. So it was a little bit difficult because you were figuring this out in 2 minutes. But just like, if someone's like, we have to get this other offer accepted, like, they're not gonna care about the closing costs. They don't give a shit. They're gonna care about the net to the offer or net offer and no contingencies. You know what I mean?
I took inspection because I could see how to get there with closing costs. I just had no idea with inspection.
Yeah.
Because I figured it was gonna be like, in my head, it's like buyers are adamant, like, we're not gonna go non-contingent, like, we have to get this inspection.
And I think that they could still do an inspection, right? But maybe make it a 1 day or something, like figure it out. We got guys that can get out there in a day, but 4 days is just not attractive.
I mean, I had it happen on a listing where the person, like, people were writing an offer. And they basically said, we need a non-contingent offer to come in, you're against multiples. I had the listing and the guy said, yeah, I can get an inspector out there within 2 hours of accepting the offer.
Yep.
There's an inspector in the house. They said, give me a list of stuff that needs to be fixed. They came back with 2 things. I did a great deal and went pending, like within a 6-hour swing.
Well,
And got the other.
and
offer.
also, like, I know that this wouldn't have come up in this scenario, but we've talked about this in the past. If your buyer calls you and is like, this is the one, right? And then you go, and you're gonna go see it like later that day. Bring a freaking inspector with you. They'll do a mini inspection for like $150. Like, we cannot lose to inspection contingencies. No one winning offers is getting inspections. Like, honestly, I mean, maybe a handful, but I mean,
I've only done one this year.
we're not in that market right now. Wait till November again, right? Like, it's just, so think ahead, and not that this was something you should have known, right? But you could have made it up on the spot. You know, you could have like, actually, we have the mini inspection and whatever, but plan those things out. If you have that client that will not waive an inspection and they're like, this is the one, fucking pay for the mini inspection for them. Or do you want to show houses for the next 6 months? I mean, like, honestly, sometimes you just gotta invest into the business a little bit and be like, hey, I'll pay half of it if you pay half. Let's just get this done. And they'll look at all the big ticket items. They just aren't gonna look at everyone, you know what I mean? But an inspector can look at a lot of stuff within an hour. So,
If we're doing a mini inspection with our showing, do we need to tell the listing?
no, you just can't do intrusive testing.
Okay,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
No.
You can also still do an inspection and make it.
And just like a non-contingent
Yeah,
understand all, yeah.
You can sit there and say, we're gonna do an inspection, but we don't.
Like I did one with the gal, whatever, she was non-contingent, she just wants a piece of mind.
I know, but to his point, most buyers are like, well, what if there's a big issue or like,
Yeah.
I get, your scenario is very real.
Yeah.
I just think, in that scenario, don't just be so adamant about an inspection, just be like, hey, let me go back, I'll talk to my client, I'll see if maybe there's a dollar amount that would get them to waive the inspection, if you're willing to throw a couple thousand towards our closing costs. Cause like you said, the house was in really good shape, like, so it's tricky, right? But if they will not waive the inspection, get a freaking inspector out there with you. Just do it. Cause I mean, how many of you guys are showing like 6 houses to a buyer? I feel like we're showing like 1 or 2, right? One most times.
It's not enough to show.
Honestly, give them an inspection.
So I don't know if they're like, especially if you see it's highest and best and all that shit. Call to the inspector, hey, can you come accompany us on a showing? Cause this is the one that they're, and hey, if they don't buy it, I guess you're out $150. Maybe the inspector will let you pay him later or something, I don't know. But just think outside the box, because there's other people that are doing these things and winning and we're not. So like you just gotta, you gotta know, gotta play the game. Okay. But let's get to the last one. I know we've been sitting here forever, so I thank you guys for hanging out. But we got Brady versus Anessa. Let's see what the topic is. There's only one left.
I'll go first.
What is this one? It's this one. Oh, yeah.
I love going first. I was so mad when you wanted to go first.
Vanessa, just play your own music.
Okay.
No
Okay,
cheating.
I gotta remove this one.
Don't sing it, play it.
Who sings that song? This is a good one. Lead comes in and you call them and they tell you, I was just looking for fun.
I love this.
I wanted that one. Oh.
Really quick, just for those, or if anybody's watching the recording, here's the objection. Lead comes in and you call them and they tell you, I was just looking for fun. Who's this?
Hey, this is Brady Hall, Tyler Miller's team. This is Tyler, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that you just registered on our website like legit 15 minutes ago. I don't know if you remember doing that, do you?
What?
oh my God, dude. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I saw you.
I'm still on the website.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. It's a pretty awesome website.
It's amazing.
Do you know about us at all? What's happening?
Nope, I just kind of found you on Google and was searching for homes.
Yeah, well, I saw you were looking at Anoka County, and one fun fact about us and our team is we actually sell the most houses in Anoka. Third most? We sell the third most houses in Anoka County, which is pretty
A
awesome.
lot, yeah.
Yeah, we sell a lot. We do a fucking lot here.
Dude, okay. Yeah, I hear you. I'm busy. What's going on?
Yeah, no, I saw you looking at 123 Main Street. Are you trying to get into that house, do a showing or kind of?
I was just messing around on the website, you know? Yeah. I like real estate. I like looking at houses, so, yeah.
You like real estate, like thinking about getting in the industry? Like-
No, not that crazy.
Um,
Yeah, no, I'm just looking for fun.
yeah, you're looking for fun. Well, I saw you, I mean, you put your email address and your phone number, for this property. Was there any specific reasons why this property caught your eye?
Well, I just wanted to see more of the pictures. You guys have it all locked down, so I clicked on it and yeah.
But why are you looking for more pictures?
To have more fun.
I like that answer. Yeah, because I want to have more fun, Brady.
Or just see it? What was it, the 3 bedrooms that caught your eye and the 2 baths? That what-
Doing the dick pic.
what's-
You know,
what's-
I don't know, I saw the front photo and I just went in.
It's really like, wow.
Yeah.
I need this house.
Yeah, I just wanted to see more of it.
You wanted to see more of it because you liked it. You thought that this would be, you could see yourself being in this house, correct?
It just looked really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As most photos do. but
And it
it's even
looked
nicer
fun.
In person, and there's even a fun room that I got, you guys, we didn't get pictures of the fun. I could get you out there, let's say, I got time today at 3 PM or 5 PM, either of those times to work.
No,
Why not?
like I said, I'm just looking for fun, bro.
You're just
I'm
looking
not
for
ready to, I don't want to go into a house right now.
Why? Tell me more.
Again, I'm not really sure what I want. I'm just, just exploring.
Exploring. What kind of exploring have you been doing? Just looking on Zillow, looking on the website, like,
Yeah,
just looking
online.
just looking online? But why this house? Man? Give me fucking something.
Oh my God. Because again, the house looked nice. I was just pulling up the map. I saw the house. I saw the front photo. It was a beautiful sunset photo.
You like the location?
Holy fuck, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, the location.
Yeah, I mean, the location was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this. If this house you saw, it, you absolutely loved it,
Mhm.
would you move into it?
No,
Why not?
because it's not exactly what I want.
Well, what exactly do you?
Here's the $1 million question. To save time, let's just say I tell you a bunch of stuff.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's those criteria is fantastic. It's
Mhm.
actually crazy. I have a listing coming soon right now, 3 blocks away. It's all of those.
Holy shit.
We could go see it off market.
Is there a fun room?
There's actually.
Let's go.
All right, 3 PM, I'll see you there.
All right. Oh my God, I'm gonna punch you. Hello,
Hello, may I speak to Tyler, please?
this is.
Well, hi, Tyler.
Is this the governor?
Not, yes.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll stop.
Tyler, my name is Anessa Backelman. I'm with East Realty and the Tyler Miller team. And I see that you were just on our site looking at 123 Mickey Mouse Lane.
Mhm. Getting a lot of activity by Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse Lane. Yeah, Mickey Mouse Lane. At 123 Mickey Mouse Lane.
Yeah,
Tell me about that. What do you?
yeah, I just was looking at homes on Google and I somehow got pulled to your guys' site and I thought it looked interesting. So yeah, I was looking for fun and that's it.
Yeah, looking at houses can definitely be fun.
Oh, it's my favorite hobby.
It's your favorite hobby.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little bit more about that. What's so fun about it?
It's just, I just like seeing what's out there, what's possible. I love seeing the beautiful pictures and
Do you currently own them? Or-
no, we're renting.
You're renting?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So obviously, if you're looking at houses, you're interested in potentially buying it in the future.
I mean, it's like we watch HGTV, we talk about things, we dream a little bit, but yeah, not really. I mean, just looking for fun.
Well, what's holding you back?
Lots of things, but we're just not, I don't know if we're quite ready.
Okay. What is ready in your eyes, like to be ready?
I mean, it's a big commitment. It's a lot of money.
Okay.
We still have a year on our lease, that
Okay.
type of stuff. So I just don't know if we're ready.
How much are you paying in rent currently?
Oh, boy. I think we're right around like 1,800,
1,800.
maybe 2,000. I don't know. My wife does all that.
I just
Sorry.
wanted to say the most inappropriate thing
Two-
now, but.
2,000. 2,000.
All right, so you're paying 2,000. What if I told you you could get a home for around that price? Or get into. a
Yeah, I
home
mean,
for around
I think I know we could buy something for that. Again, I don't know, we're not super serious about it yet.
Okay. What would make you get serious about it?
I mean,
And the reason why I'm asking is you're renting, and you're paying $2,000 a month and you're basically paying someone else's mortgage.
mhm,
And you could be paying your own mortgage.
yeah,
And the one thing with renting, when you have your money in your hand and you rent, you're handing it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're owning, or you're paying your mortgage, it's from your hand into basically your equity.
Yep.
And it's still your money, it's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
so we definitely we want to own a home someday.
you want to. own.
Yeah, we're aware we're wasting our money.
Have you ever talked to a lender just to kind of see where you're
No,
at?
we're just in like the fun stage,
In the fun stage.
we're just looking for fun.
Well, what are you looking for? What, like, let's just hypothetically say, if you're gonna buy a house today.
Yeah,
Like,
ideally,
beds?
like 3 beds, 2 baths, single family.
Okay, where do you currently, what city do you currently?
We're in
live?
Coon Rapids.
In Coon Rapids,
Yeah.
okay, so 3 bed, 2 bath, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would honestly rather be in Blaine, but
Okay.
Coon Rapids is fine.
But kind of in the northern suburb area.
Yeah.
You'd be good with, all right, well, why don't I do this, why don't I set you up on a home search? So that you.
Oh, you can do that?
I can,
Oh.
I absolutely can, set you on a home search, since you love looking at homes anyway.
Mhm.
It'll also give you, I mean, I know you run Zillow and Realtor.com, you're
Mhm.
not quite ready to go right now, but this home search is gonna send you homes that are currently for sure on the market.
Mhm.
For Zillow and Realtor.com, sometimes they're pending, and then you can kind of watch like how quickly the market goes. I know your time is done. but I
No.
just like, no.
You're
okay.
fine. I know why Nate just looked at Brady, but yeah.
It's a way to keep an eye on the market. And then the other thing too, I know that you say that you're not quite ready.
Mhm.
But if you were to apply for a loan and get told
Mhm.
that you could qualify for a loan right now, and you could get that 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage with your fence and throwing extras in it. If you were told tomorrow that you could start looking for that, would that be something you would be interested in?
Yes, as long as we could figure out the lease situation.
Yep, well, one thing with leases, a lot of landlords are willing to allow you to break your lease sooner. Sometimes there might be a fee in there.
Mhm.
But other times, as long as they're able to, get somebody in, not all the time. Do you have to pay a fee, you know, it's, but landlords understand that people go from renting into a home.
Yeah.
oftentimes. They understand that you could break the lease and get out sooner, so you could definitely talk to your, management company.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
Just here. Anyway.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna get you set up on that home search. And then why don't we talk a little bit more about connecting you with a lender just to see, you know, knowledge is power. You're not gonna know unless you like look into that and, you know, I'd like to see you building your wealth instead of your landlord's wealth.
Yeah, sure. Send over the info. I'll take a look. Yep. All right, the final vote for $500,000 maybe.
You should have walked out of the room right after you finished.
Actually,
You didn't just walk out.
mic drop.
That last one, dude, just
All right, let's get Brady in and us up here, huh?
Okay.
do a little like boxing where they like.
Oh, wait, no. So like the Dana White,
Yep.
you guys face that way. Face that way.
Yeah, we would face this one.
All right, let's get a drum roll. I gotta be from me. All right, so the champion of this battle. And Stu. Pretty good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, for the love of God, Brady,
What are you looking for?
what are you looking for?
I did it, I said it. It took me a little while, so I didn't say it.
Never actually said it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
I said,
didn't.
what are
I
you
said
looking
something like a city, and then you're like,
Oh,
it wasn't.
yeah.
Which it was, you got me talking, and I was being a dick because you didn't ask the question,
Yeah.
like, cause it was, that just it frees up the conversation, right, like. Cause, and then I would say you were getting maybe a little too far into the weeds with some of the pre-approval and
Okay.
like. Get there if you need to, but if I'm just looking for fun, I don't even know why I answered the fucking phone in the first place, right? Like, but these people, they all answer the phone and I'm like, who are you? They're like, oh, I gotta go. You're like, hold on. So just, if they ever say, oh, just looking, or I'm just, whatever, I'm just messing around on the website. What are you looking for? Or what were you looking at, right? Like play dumb.
Mhm.
Like you may see they're looking at a Coon Rapids single family. You don't need to tell them that. What were you looking for? And just let them, they want to talk about it. They obviously liked it somewhat enough to put in my information, like you said, right? It's not like they're, anybody that's on our website looking at houses, like, there's something there. Like, don't buy the line. They're like, oh, it's just looking for, oh, my neighbor's house. I was just like, no, they're all looking at something. So if you just ask them, like, what were you looking for? Why did you visit our website in the first place? Just get them talking. And you may not be able to turn it into an appointment. That's maybe not where this goes. It just goes to a home search, or they don't even say they want a home search, but you do it after the fact anyways. You throw them on really quick and just send it to them, you know? And then you stay in touch with them. Maybe you send them one every now and then, be like, hey, I know that you said you love looking at houses. Here's one that I thought of, or what I thought of you when I saw this one, you know? Because those ones are a lot longer. So sometimes you guys just gotta know, you can't just close somebody every time. Like it may just be a long nurture. Lauren, you just had one that took a year.
Yeah, typically that objection is a pretty cold fire, so like getting them with value right away and not asking them, telling them what the next steps are and how, when you're gonna follow up.
Yeah.
Cause usually that ends up in a hangout, like you're letting them talk and that's awesome, but for that
That's what I'm-
specific objection, you're usually getting hung up on because that's just what
That's what I'm saying. If you go too far into the weeds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
they're just gonna, like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with my family, I answer the phone.
Yeah.
And then you wanna talk about like pre-approvals and shit, I'm literally just,
Yeah,
There's such a thing as no one to stop selling.
Right,
right.
yeah,
that is a very unsell type of strategy on that one, like just they're your friend.
Yeah.
That's literally all it should
Yeah,
be,
building rapport.
and just let them talk about the house and like whatever, right? And be like, okay, well, hey, it sounds like you're just looking, no big deal. Is it okay if I check back in with you in like a month just to see if there's anything else that's caught your eye? I'd love to stay in touch and be your resource. Like, that's usually how it goes. It's never like you're getting them to meet you at a house or any of this stuff. So just be careful on those ones. Those ones can be great. Because there's curiosity. They answered the phone. Okay, if they answer the phone, like, that's good.
Right.
So just don't oversell though, because you're not gonna sell anybody who's just looking for fun. Right, so that's my only advice there. Anything else, judges? Would you have answered it any differently? Do you have any different strategies? Does anybody else say anything different on those?
What are we doing? What are we looking for?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Where? Why?
Yeah,
What again?
What
Why?
inspired your search?
you're building a home,
Right.
you're building a home search in your brain,
Yeah.
like
It's
as
a,
your
it's a
top.
low pressure. I don't care if it takes 5 years for you to get your house.
Yeah.
I just want, how can I help?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you looking for in a realtor? What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do for you right now?
Mhm.
There's just little things like that, you know?
I think saying it could take 5 years thing is huge, because I've been saying that lately, and it seems like people really appreciate that.
You disarm them a little bit because you're not looking to close them.
Yeah.
Great.
You're just a friend.
Yeah.
And where there's smoke, there's fire, guys. Like we saw on our last appointment setting night, there was what, 25 or something people that bought a house or whatever it was. I think there was more than that.
There was probably.
It's
we
going
got like
well,
100
they don't even understand what they can afford on.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna take you 3 or 4 conversations to get to that point. They realize, oh crap, like, I have enough money to go buy a house.
yeah,
Well,
you
and-
let that mortgage calculator and like.
And most of the time, sometimes if they're looking for fun, they already own a home, they're maybe savvy, whatever. But a lot of times they're first time home buyers, right? And so. One thing I think all of you guys could do better at is have a home buyer workshop coming up.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea when you guys are doing these. They don't have to be in person, do a virtual one. Post one on Zoom, whatever, but when you're talking to these people, hey. Well, I know that you're not super serious with anything right now. I am hosting a home buyer workshop, though. I think it'd be good for you just to jump on.
Mhm.
You have some value now, you have something, and you can text them the day of and be like, hey, I thought of you, just a reminder of this, like, otherwise. Your follow-up is sending them properties, which, yeah, but like. Implement those into your business, guys. I don't understand why no one's doing them. You all do it. It's called a home buyer consultation. Right? You know how to explain the 10 steps, and you can just do it online. You don't even have to. Who cares if no one shows up? Just have it, so it's a pre-recording and you can
Yeah.
just send it to people then too, right? It helps if you have like a lender part of it. I used to do them all the time and I'm gonna start doing them more. So if anything, you can send them to mine and then I'll get the buyer. But I mean, you should be doing them.
Can I shadow you when you set that up, so I can get an example of like where to start and how to do it?
You can just watch it live.
Yeah, but like, how do you?
It's easy.
Yeah, like the system, like where to go, how to start it, like everything, like I don't. But you have a slideshow, don't you?
Yeah, but I can give you the slideshow. It's easy.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, like I wanna,
The slideshow is literally the 10 steps,
yeah,
just broken down a little bit differently.
yeah, I wanna see that.
And
Yeah, same, I agree.
yeah, no, when I do it, I'm gonna obviously tell all you guys so you can jump on and watch it hopefully and then.
Take some notes.
And all that stuff, but it's super easy. Like,
I
I
wanna see
think
behind the scenes.
there's no behind the scenes. There's literally, you promote it on Facebook, you email it out to all
Like
your
starting
buyers.
like a meeting,
And then
is
you
that what
jump
you're
on
talking
Zoom.
about? Like how the
I'll
process
show
of
you.
starting it?
I'll show you in 2 seconds. You can-
I want to slideshow,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys can duplicate the slideshow.
but then you can talk in it, right? Like I can have that and then isn't it half?
So, yeah, when you share the screen on Zoom,
Yeah.
you'll still have your little
Yeah.
face up there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably do it via webinar jam, which you guys all can use. It's a little bit more tricky,
Mhm.
but Zoom is totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
people do conference calls on Zooms all the time, or webinars on Zooms all the time, so.
And my first one, nobody showed up, and then it was 2 after that,
Yeah.
5 after that.
Well, because when you do them in person, like, that's great, right? But oftentimes one person comes or none, and then you're just like, well, that's dumb. Where I feel like if you do it, so the reason I think doing it via webinar jam is nice is the other people can't see how many people are in there.
Mhm.
So if no one's there, you can still just do it.
Mhm.
Have it as a pre-recording. You can't tell that no one's there, right? And then you can share it on social media, you can do a bunch of stuff, or if you do it on Zoom, they'll be able to tell that no one's there.
Mhm.
So just, I mean, I think there's ways around that within Zoom too. There's like a webinar version of Zoom where they maybe can't see the other attendees.
Mhm.
But I mean, 1 hour home buyer workshop on Facebook or something is, I mean, I would do, if I were you guys, I'd do one at least once a month. And just have just a recurring thing, and then you get a different lender every time and
the way, good way to just have something to always promote, especially if you're gonna open house. I mean, you know, just, hey, it sounds like you have a lot of questions, you know, I'm actually doing a home buyer workshop in 2 weeks. I can meet with you beforehand if you'd like, as a private consultation, why don't you just jump on this? Webinar Jam is nice because it captures all their information and it like drips on them about the webinar and stuff like that. And so you can get in touch with them a lot easier, where if it's Zoom, I think they can just like attend it. I don't think they have to sign up anywhere. You could create a landing page, but anyways, we're going off the deep end. My point is I don't know why no one in here does these. You know, I wish I had more time to do them, but I mean, that was a big cornerstone of our team for a long time, was workshops.
Is that on our bingo?
Yeah, I think so. And it probably will be again.
Yes.
And then don't neglect home seller workshops. Those are a little bit, I guess, trickier, like what to talk about, but like. I think the ones I've seen, it's like kind of talking about the market and then maybe tell a few stories of different scenarios that have occurred and how you've handled it, and.
Yeah.
That's it, you know, if anybody wants a free evaluation, let me know. So anyways, but congratulations to Anessa. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know it went a little longer. We're kind of like role playing in this one than previous, so that's why, but I think everybody did really good. I hope you guys learned some things, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll get going on the rest of the week.
So on that last one, if you get a lead where they're like legitimately a year out, like I can't break my lease, I'm stuck here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You set them up on a home search. Are you trying to set a face-to-face appointment with them after that?
yeah, as soon as possible.
And then what's that like? Is it home buyer or not workshop, consultation with them, or what's that first appointment?
Yeah, I would just do the 10 steps, assuming they're first time home buyers.
Mhm.
And
Or
they
if you're like,
just,
we're too far out, we don't want to do this.
it's never too early. We gotta make sure you have a good idea of what's going on in the market right now, and you know, if the right opportunity presents itself, it's always good to be right.
Sell them an open door house and it's like 6 months.
Let's even hear back. So yeah. Any other questions you guys have? Okay. Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Made it to the finals, baby. You'll never forget that one ever again, will you?
We're trying. What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Just looking for fun, Brady.
I don't know, I gotta do some stuff.
All right, for those of you that were watching or watch this recording, thanks again. If you have any questions, please reach out. We're always here to help. Talk to you later.